What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 4HC Chapter 81 The famous one-tail Shukaku Kurama's voice came from Naruto's body. Huh, Naruto, it's just a stinky tanuki. No. It's the famous one-tail Shukaku. Naruto felt a little strange hearing this. Will Kurama praise Shukaku? This is somewhat unreasonable. Shukaku and Naruto had the same reaction. What are you planning, you stinking fox? Everyone just listened to Kurama continue to say, Shukaku is the strongest tailed beast. Luo Sha was stunned for a moment while listening. Why didn't he know Shukaku was so strong? Kurama continued to encourage Shukaku. Shukaku knows wind style, has a large number of chakras, high strength, and can also seal. His strength is definitely the most powerful among the tailed beasts. Shukaku didn't think Kurama would praise him, he just felt horrified. Smelly fox. Stop, what on earth are you going to do? So Naruto. Kurama said to Naruto as he should, just put the entire 3 to 5 layers of 8-sign seal on Shukaku. Shukaku immediately went berserk, and a sharp roar came, stinky fox. Naruto picked his ears and said, you are so noisy, Tanuki. Shukaku is truly the leader of tailed beasts. It's already this far, and it's not honest. It continued to hurl insults at Naruto and Kurama. Naruto couldn't stand it anymore and gave Gaara 3 layers of 8-sign seal. That's 6F******* G layers and 4 elephant seals. Shukaku's voice disappeared. No one even senses the abnormality of the chakra in Gaara's body. After finishing, a system prompt appeared in Naruto's mind. Ding, system task completed, simulation opportunity +1. Rasa saw this behavior behind Naruto, but her expression was a little confused. He asked Naruto, Naruto, is this really okay? What's wrong? Naruto was also very confused. Rasa looked at Naruto who was also confused, feeling an inexplicable feeling in her heart. This child. Maybe he didn't care about the restrictions of the village at all. Naruto's behavior just now seemed to Rasa. It was Naruto who left Konoha village as a member of Konoha village. Then help other villages repair the dangers of nuclear weapons. If this happens in Sanagakure, Luo Sha will definitely list that person as an SSS level wanted criminal and let hundreds of Anbu hunt him down every day. But in Naruto's eyes, it was just that his friend was in trouble, so he reached out to help. No, Luo Sha was secretly annoyed that she actually used Ying's thinking to define a child, and said with a hint of shame in her tone, no problem. Luo Sha stepped forward and checked Gaara's seal. Almost instantly, Luo Sha's whole body was so frightened that the hairs on his back stood up. This sealing technique. The power of the seal is countless times stronger than the seal technique Chio used on Gaara before. And its complexity is simply not something that a kid can learn. Tamari asked Rasa at this time, Master Kazekage, can you let Naruto stay in the village for a while? Although they are father and daughter, Luo Sha's family education is very strict. Outside, the 3 Tamari siblings usually don't call him father. Ahem, Luo Sha didn't know that his daughter had actually seduced Naruto. He coughed dryly and felt nervous. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen is old, he was a tough guy when he was young. Even though Sarutobi Hiruzen is usually kind and gentle. But that's just because others haven't touched his bottom line. If Sarutobi Hiruzen knew that Naruto was abducted, then... Okay. Luo Sha subconsciously wanted to refuse, but then she thought something was wrong. Etc. Why should I be afraid of Sarutobi Hiruzen? The Uzumaki Naruto in front of him was a super genius who could only be seen once in a century. It was an honor for Sanagakure that he was happy to stay in the village. If Naruto could really join Sanagakure, let alone a daughter, Rasa would be happy even if she gave her other 2 sons to Naruto. Even if he offends Konoha for this, it doesn't seem to be a big deal. After all, compared to a certain country's international relations, a truly strong person is more valuable. Luo Sha was thinking about the battle between heaven and man, and then nodded cautiously. Okay, I'll leave this matter to you. At this time, Gaara woke up. There was despair in his eyes, and he stared blankly at the sky. But, Gaara felt so peaceful and at ease. There is also a warm feeling in my stomach. How is this going? Where is Shukaku? Has it stopped making noise? Could it be that it has left its body? And can I live a normal life? When Gaara saw Luo Sha, a trace of fear flashed in his eyes, but more of it was hatred. Seeing Gaara wake up, Rasa said to him, it was Uzumaki Naruto who helped you strengthen Shukaku's seal. Now you can go and get some sleep. Not resting for a long time has caused Gaara's mental problems to become very serious. Now hearing Luo Sha's command, Gaara closed her eyes obediently and soon fell into a deep sleep. And Shukaku, who sealed the space in Gaara's body. There is no way to interfere with Gaara at all. The other side. Tamari took Naruto and started walking around Sanagakure. Of course, this wandering has a mission. That was to buy some daily necessities for Naruto. As the princess of Sanagakure, Tamari naturally attracts much attention. Not long ago, Tamari's admirers in Sanagakure were confused when they learned that Tamari was engaged. Now I saw Tamari wandering on the street with another man, and I suddenly felt something bad. It looks like it should be true, please wait. A voice came from behind the 2 of them. Naruto looked back and saw that it was a ninja who was about the same age as Temari. He wears a forehead protector on his head and is followed by 2 teammates and a Sanagakure Jonin. It looked like he had just returned from a mission. The Sand Shinobi saw Naruto and Temari from a distance and immediately ran over excitedly. He asked with a sad face, "Master Temari, are you really engaged to this guy?" Naruto subconsciously looked at the pretty Temari beside him. Temari shrugged and said proudly to Naruto, "Calm down, although it is a bit boastful, but I am very popular among boys in Sand Shinobi." Naruto laughed. "Ha ha ha, this sentence seems familiar to me." Sand Shinobi saw Temari and Naruto talking and laughing, and felt as uncomfortable as needles in his heart. He said in despair, "That's right, I understand." When Temari saw Sand Shinobi leaving, he was quite pleased and said, "I didn't expect you to get me out of this trouble." To be honest, Temari has clearly refused many times. But this guy just wouldn't give up. Naruto shook his head slightly and didn't care. Seeing that it was getting late, Temari said to Naruto, "Naruto, are you going to stay in a hotel or at my house?" After Naruto heard this question, he fell into thinking. It went through some evolution in my mind. Finally, Naruto's brain twitched and he said, "Can we stay in a hotel together?" Chapter 82 Brainwashed by Naruto. "It's really okay," Temari said directly and firmly. "It's okay, because I can't stand them for a long time. Just take this opportunity to relax. Mom died early. Dad had a serious face again. The second brother spends all day studying puppets. The third brother is a madman. In this environment, Temari has long been depressed." Naruto never expected that Temari would directly agree. He tilted his head and asked Temari, "Temari, you probably didn't understand what I meant." Temari's lips trembled and she said quickly, "I understand, so there are 2 rooms. The time we have known each other is too short. The development is too fast and I am a little uncomfortable." Naruto didn't mind this either. "It doesn't matter. We are still young anyway, so we won't really do much even if we live together." Temari felt relieved. "It's good if you understand." Naruto has been living in Sanagakure for the past few days. Things have also developed in Konoha. Jiraiya sets out to find Tsunade. Sasuke has won the trust of Sarutobi Hiruzen and is now studying the manuscript about the Uchiha clan left by Senju Tobirama. Haruno Sakura, on the other hand, seriously practiced chakra control according to Naruto, and waited for Tsunade's return to become a disciple. Yamato discovered that Naruto was missing, so he reported it to Sarutobi Hiruzen. The first day, Sarutobi Hiruzen only thought that Naruto was out having fun. "But I didn't expect to be there the next day." This made Sarutobi Hiruzen start to panic. Then he asked Anbu to investigate, found out after checking. Naruto left the village with Temari. Damn it, our Jinchūriki was kidnapped? Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately sent people to Sanagakure to search. Currently on the way. Naruto, on the other hand, lives well in Sanagakure. No one here knows him, doesn't know he is a Jinchūriki, they just treat him as a stranger. In this case, Naruto would be happy and at ease. Although the environment of Sand Shinobi is not as good as Konoha, Naruto still likes it. Shopping with Temari during the day, going to the hot springs at night, and letting those exotic girls from Sanagakure massage my feet. This life is simply wonderful. Due to environmental reasons, Sanagakure has few hot springs and they are expensive. But for a guy like Naruto who has tens of billions of assets with him, he can only say that he can continue to be so luxurious. And it can last until old age and death. No, it will last until the day Uzumaki Boruto dies of old age. The remaining money can also be used to green Sanagakure 3 to 5 times inside and out. That's no problem, this day. Naruto had just gotten up when he received a prompt from the system. Maybe it's because Naruto is too arrogant, just enjoy the quiet time. So the system couldn't stand it and directly issued this task to Naruto. Ding, system mission released. Combat power increased to 150,000. Reward. Simulation opportunity +1. After receiving the mission, Naruto subconsciously opened the system panel. Although Naruto didn't practice these days, but his body is getting stronger day by day. After all, he has Uzumaki bloodline plus Peak Senju bloodline improved by Uncle Snake technology. Just do nothing. Chakra will improve every day, so this is a very evil world based on bloodline. And Naruto's combat effectiveness has naturally improved. It's just an improvement of a few dozen points. His current combat power is 146,701. If Naruto doesn't work hard, he wants it to automatically increase to 15W. In any case, it will take more than half a year. Naruto thought for a while and decided to start working hard. So Naruto explained the situation to Temari and left the village alone. There is only a few thousand gap left from the 15W combat power. So Naruto only needs to learn a few ninjutsu. Naruto took out the Hashirama ninjutsu scroll, spread it out, and started practicing the wood style on it. Naruto had practiced this technique in Konoha last time. Is it like this? Naruto closed his eyes and began to feel the earth. He raised his hands to form a seal, and chakra flowed wildly into the desert along his feet. Wood style the tree world is coming. Puff, kakaka. Branches that 3 or 5 people couldn't hug stretched out from the sand. And the coverage response is still improving as Naruto's chakra output increases. In less than 10 seconds, with Naruto as the center, the desert with a radius of 200 meters turned directly into a forest. And it's the kind of forest with extremely old and huge trees. Naruto let go and flew up into the sky to look at his masterpiece. It's not working. Keep practicing. That's it. 2 days later. Keisuke's office. And Anbu reports on today's developments. Keisuke-sama, Uzumaki Naruto is becoming more and more proficient in wood-style ninjutsu, and now our village is surrounded by forest. And if you go 10 miles outside, it's all forest. When Rasa heard Anbu's report, her eyes filled with tears. Uzumaki Naruto, this is really our benefactor at Tsunagakure. But Anbu brought another bad news. Master Keisuke, but the messenger from Konoha has arrived, saying that he wants to see Uzumaki Naruto and take Uzumaki Naruto back. Luo Sha's expression turned serious after hearing this. He said in a deep voice, "Go, call Tamari over first." It didn't take long. Tamari showed up in the office. Rasa asked Tamari, "How far have you and Uzumaki Naruto developed?" Tamari was a little confused, because in her opinion, Luo Sha shouldn't care about this matter. But Tamari still said truthfully, "Naruto is a good person, maybe we can accept each other." Luo Sha nodded. "Well, if I ask you to get married now, is there any problem?" "What?" Tamari looked surprised, then frowned. "Did something happen?" Rasa nodded. "People from Konoha are here and want to take Uzumaki Naruto back." Tamari chuckled and refused without hesitation. "If it is to allow Naruto to stay in San Shinobi, then I refuse." This is the first time Tamari has resisted Luosha. There was something wrong with Luosha's expression. What? Tamari has endured the impact of Naruto's thoughts in the past few days, and now she is no longer afraid of Rasa. Tamari said directly to Luosha, "Let's be honest, I don't want politics to pollute my relationship with him anymore." "You?" Luosha's face trembled slightly with anger, and she didn't know what to say. How many days has it been? The daughter he educated since childhood was brainwashed by Naruto. Alas. Rasa sighed. "Then go and call Naruto over. I will take him to see the messenger from Konoha village." Tamari didn't feel that she was wrong at all, and she also felt that Luo Sha was wrong. She didn't have a good face and said in a strong tone, Naruto said, "You adults should not interfere with our affairs. What matters now is free love." Luo Sha's scalp went numb after hearing this, and she waved her hands to send Tamari away. "I understand, please hurry up and call Naruto over." Tamari raised her head. "Huh, you don't need to rush me, I'll go right away." Luo Sha. Chapter 83 Itachi. Is this still the Kingdom of Wind? Tamari was walking in the dense forest and got a little lost without realizing it. She shouted for a while but couldn't find Naruto, who was practicing ninjutsu. There is no other way but to find another way. Tamari raised her hand and reached behind her, took off the fan she was carrying, unfolded it completely, and swung it with all her strength to perform the ninjutsu. Wind style. Flurry of airflow. When the iron fan was swung, a howling wind was set off, galloping across the sand in dense forests, creating a huge momentum. Somewhere in the jungle, Naruto noticed the sound, and also perceived that the source of the sound had his own flying thunder god mark. Is someone fighting? And among the people fighting, there are still people who carry their own flying thunder god mark? Go check it out. You know, among the Tsunagakure, only Tamari has Naruto's flying thunder god mark on her body. Naruto sensed the flying thunder god mark and used the flying thunder god technique to fly over. Arrived at the scene. But only Tamari was seen. Naruto asked with some confusion, "Tamari, what happened?" After a few days of getting along, the strangeness between the two has been eliminated a lot. Tamari shook her head at Naruto. "There are no enemies. People from Konoha came to find you. Let me call you back to the village. I couldn't find you, so I used ninjutsu." "That's it," Naruto said casually. "I don't really want to go back, just ask them to label me as a traitorous ninja." Tamari was confused after hearing this. "Huh, Naruto? Did I hear it correctly?" Naruto nodded seriously. "That's right. If you are really in trouble, you can ask my shadow clone to follow you." After saying that, Naruto raised his hand to form a seal and created a shadow clone. As for himself, he continues to practice wood style. Seeing Naruto's resolute attitude, Tamari held her forehead helplessly. "Okay, but in this case, does our marriage still make sense?" Yes. Naruto and Tamari's marriage was originally based on the relationship between San Shinobi and Konoha. Now that Naruto wants to become a rebellious nin, what should he do about his marriage? Naruto felt reasonable after hearing this, but he had already adapted to life in Tsunagakure. And Tsunagakure is really nice, every day is very leisurely. No one is urging him to do tasks, no one is watching him secretly, and no one is overly enthusiastic about him. Such a peaceful life is good. Naruto didn't want to make changes. As for the plot. What plot? Wouldn't the people in the plot be alive without me? Without me, Naruto, there would still be birdmen and black people. As for Konoha without Naruto, it means without the tailed beasts, and the threat level will decrease. But what does this matter have to do with Naruto? Naruto thought he didn't owe Konoha anything. "I have been bullied and isolated since I was a child, and I have been targeted." You have to rely on others to buy anything. It was hard not to take these things seriously for Naruto. As for Konoha's training of Naruto and the Senju Hashirama scroll on Naruto, they can be completely offset by his parents' assets. Now Naruto has nothing to do with Konoha. To Naruto, Konoha was just a place name. It's just the name of a place where a few of my best friends live, as well as a few old bastards. Regarding Temari's matter, Naruto thought for a moment and then said to Temari, if there is a marriage. Temari, do you like me? Temari avoided Naruto's gaze, and her voice became softer involuntarily. Why are you asking this all of a sudden? Actually, I only came into contact with Feng Ying's order in the first place. I didn't expect you to be pretty good. Temari is not a shy person, but she is still a little shy when talking about this kind of thing. Naruto knew the answer when he saw Temari's reaction. Okay, as for the marriage, let's follow Luosha's arrangements first. If he doesn't cancel the engagement, everything will be fine. After hearing this, Temari asked in reverse, what if it is lifted? Naruto didn't answer, just looked at Temari with a smile. Temari seemed to realize something, and her clean cheeks suddenly became rosy. She said to Naruto, I understand, you can continue practicing, I will go back first. Wait for Temari to leave. Naruto continued to practice. At night, he lay on the branches of his wood style to rest. Looking at the calm night sky, Naruto thought about his experiences over the past few days. After several days of practice, he deeply realized the difficulty of improving combat effectiveness. The higher the combat effectiveness, the more significant a breakthrough is required. When I practice ninjutsu, I am only familiar with unfamiliar ninjutsu. The improvement in combat effectiveness is not very big. At this time, Naruto was still more than 2,000 away from the mission target of 150,000 combat power. In other words, after practicing for a few days, the combat effectiveness obtained is similar to the combat effectiveness that increases naturally. In order to complete the task, should we use simulation times? Naruto thought of this and opened the system panel to check it out. There are currently 6 simulations left. The number of simulations can be used to increase combat effectiveness. But Naruto didn't have any incense on him at the moment, so he decided to go back to Sunagakure to buy some. There are more than 10 billion silver tails and 4 9-tails summoning cards in the backpack. The silver is enough. As for the 4 9-tails summoning cards, Naruto has no plans to improve Kurama's strength in the short term. Because Naruto's combat power is still far behind Kurama's. What if Kurama becomes too strong again and Naruto can't suppress him even with the sealing technique? Although Naruto said that he relied on sincerity to make friends with Kurama. But that's based on the fact that his and Kurama's strengths are similar. If Naruto takes off, Kurama won't be able to take advantage of Naruto at all. Wouldn't it be nice to directly occupy Naruto's body and feel free? Although Kurama seemed to trust Naruto at this point. Moreover, he and Naruto were talking and laughing, and their relationship seemed to be very harmonious. But Naruto still had to be a little wary, because the past life experience told Naruto. Man, you can give people credit, but please never completely trust anyone or anything. This is just a piece of advice, it's up to you. Naruto used Flying Thunder God to return to the hotel and then went shopping. Taking a bath and changing clothes before simulating can increase your luck. This may be metaphysics and has little credibility. Naruto knew it too, but it was just a small pleasure. The other side. Outside Sunagakure, 4 figures emerged from the desert. Hey, are you really lying? One of the young men with yellow hair said, this is a photo of Itachi's younger brother, he's still so arrogant, why didn't you react? Scorpion glanced at Deidara who was talking endlessly and scolded him, shut up, you are too noisy. These two were accompanied by Uchiha Itachi and Hoshigaki Kisame. Kisame grinned, showing his sharp teeth, and teased Itachi. Are you putting too much pressure on him? He took Sasuke's photo from Deidara and handed it to Itachi. Itachi subconsciously took it, and after just one glance, his face trembled slightly. In the photo, Sasuke is seen wearing a cat servant costume, staring at the camera with a shy look on his face. Chapter 84 Rejection. Deidara burst out laughing. Ha ha ha. Uchiha Itachi, I didn't expect you to be so cold and ruthless, but to have such a younger brother is really eye-opening for me. But since your brother is so arrogant, are you also so arrogant in private? Itachi narrowed his eyes slightly and looked at Deidara displeased. Chie quickly controlled the puppet and gave it to Deidara. Deidara, shut your stinky mouth. What's going on with this kid today? Although Deidara would usually provoke Itachi, he didn't expect that his exit would be unobstructed today. Kisame saw a dense forest ahead and couldn't help but ask, are we in the wrong place? Is this really Sunagakure? Itachi stated calmly, this is the latest information obtained within the organization. Both 9-tails Jinchūriki and 1-tailed Jinchūriki are in Sunagakure. Chie said in surprise. It seems that the rumor that 9-tails Jinchūriki can use wood style is true. Kisame looked at the dense forest that looked like a sea of trees, and couldn't help but reveal a cruel smile. With such a powerful wood style, the number of chakras is really terrifying. Shaw glanced at Kisame curiously and asked him, do you have as much chakra as this? Kisame chuckled. I have very little chakra, so there is a secret to being able to release large ninjutsu. Itachi also observed these wood styles appearing in the desert, and his heart sank completely. Not long ago, Itachi received a mission from the Akatsuki organization to capture a tailed beast. It was learned that Uzumaki Naruto actually left Konoha as Jinchūriki. And I went to San Shinobi. At first, Itachi thought Naruto had some mission. But now seeing Sunagakure's wood style, Itachi began to believe that Naruto had defected. After all, only wood style can slightly improve the environment of Sunagakure. Did Naruto really defect? People from Konoha come to Sunagakure. The purpose is to get back Jinchūriki Uzumaki Naruto. But Naruto didn't see it, but was told that Naruto had become a rebel ninja. The people of Konoha didn't believe it. If it were before, he would still believe it. After all, Naruto had been isolated for more than a day or two, and it was normal for him to suddenly be unable to think about leaving the village. But now Naruto's identity as a descendant of the fourth Hokage has been revealed. Everyone will not isolate Naruto, but are very enthusiastic towards Naruto. In this case, will Naruto still defect? So Anbu from Konoha didn't believe it at all and had to see Naruto. Rasa had no choice but to ask Temari to find Naruto again. When Temari found Naruto, Naruto was taking a bath in the hot spring. Before the simulation, bathe, change clothes, and burn incense. These 3 metaphysical steps are indispensable. Temari walked into the hot spring and saw a figure looming in the thick white mist. She asked tentatively, "Naruto?" Naruto was closing his eyes and concentrating when he heard Temari's voice responding in surprise. "Why are you here?" Temari walked through the mist and looked into the hot spring. Naruto was the only one in the hot spring, under slightly dim light. Naruto's handsome face and blue eyes emerge. For some reason, Temari felt that Naruto looked even more handsome after taking a shower. She said to Naruto, "You'd better go there, they don't believe Shadow Clone's words." Okay. Naruto had no choice but to walk out of the hot spring. Temari turned around silently, swallowed secretly, and her tone inevitably became nervous. "I'll wait for you outside." It didn't take long. Naruto and Temari appeared in the Kage's office. Anbu from Konoha has also been waiting for a long time. Shadow Clone saw Naruto's body coming in person and immediately resolved it on its own. Naruto received the memory of Shadow Clone and turned his attention to the 2 Konoha Anbu in the office. One of them I didn't recognize, and the other was Azuki Yugo who had met Naruto. Seeing Naruto coming, Shion asked excitedly, "Little Naruto, are you really going to leave Konoha?" When Naruto saw Shion, he felt a little funny. 3rd generation really knows how to play the emotional card. Sarutobi Hiruzen knew that Shi Yan had helped Naruto, so he specially asked Shi Yan to follow him. "Well, I've decided," Naruto admitted directly. After hearing this, Shi Yan's expression froze, and she suddenly felt an unknown sense of sadness. 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato is the hero of Konoha. But his son experienced something like this and eventually parted ways with Konoha. Shion wanted to say something else, but was interrupted by Naruto. "Okay, don't say any more." Naruto said seriously, "I don't want to embarrass you, you just need to convey my meaning to Sarutobi Hiruzen." Another Anbu heard Naruto's words and drew out the ninja sword from his waist. "Uzumaki Naruto, I don't need to repeat your importance to the village as a Jinchūriki, right? You come back with us now, otherwise I will have to." Click. Naruto raised his hand to form a seal. Several branches rose up from under Anbu's feet and quickly wrapped around him, restricting his movement. Seeing that Naruto had moved his hands without saying a word, Rasa quickly said nervously, "Naruto, I think you should go back to Konoha first?" Although I can make Naruto stay. But in front of people in Konoha, Luo Sha still had to pretend. This can show Rasa's own attitude and prevent Sarutobi Hiruzen from misunderstanding. Naruto did not answer Luo Sha, but directly asked Anbu who threatened him, "Otherwise, what will happen to you?" Bang! Anbu's wrist was entangled with wood-style branches, and the chakra in his body was also absorbed by Naruto. As soon as his hand was loosened, the weapon fell off. Under the mask, Anbu's face was a little ferocious. He warned Naruto, "Uzumaki Naruto, don't forget your identity. You are the son of the 4th Hokage and a Jinchūriki of Konoha, you should not betray Konoha. If you do this, it will damage the reputation of 4th generation." Naruto said nothing and silently increased the strength of wood style. Anbu had an uncomfortable dry cough, but he still refused to give up and continued to threaten Naruto. "Uzumaki Naruto, you took Konoha's 1st generation ninjutsu scroll and left the village directly. You're a traitorous nin. You're an embarrassment to the 4th Hokage and you're ungrateful. If you don't go back, think about the people who are close to you and how they will be treated in Konoha." Naruto took a deep breath and asked Shion helplessly, "Why is he so brave?" Shi Yan looked confused and said to Naruto, "Naruto, can you tell me why?" Regarding Shi Yan who once tried to save himself, Naruto did not hide anything. "It's simple, because I don't like to be disturbed." After hearing this, Shion nodded seriously. "Okay, I will remember it and I will tell Mr. 3rd generation." Luo Sha on the side thought, I remember it too." Shion looked at his colleague who was about to suffocate to death, and begged Naruto, "Naruto, don't be impulsive. If he dies, I will be implicated if I don't take action." Obviously, Yugo has noticed that Naruto has no feelings for the village. So she didn't mention Konoha, just talked about her previous interactions with Naruto. Let Naruto not implicate himself. This may have a much higher success rate than using Konoha to suppress Naruto and rescue Anbu. Chapter 85 Akatsuki Organization Attacks. Hearing Shi Yan's words, Naruto stopped moving his hands. He noticed Shi Yan's intention, his expression turned slightly cold, and he told her clearly, "This trick works for me, but it only works once." Shion understood, and said guiltily, "I'm sorry, little Naruto." Naruto waved his hand. "Let's go." 2 Anbu left Sunagakure. In Feng Ying's office, Luo Sha was secretly happy. If Naruto breaks up with Konoha, wouldn't Sunagaku be able to pick it up? So Luo Sha was in a good mood. During this off-duty period, Tamari couldn't keep things to herself. When she saw Anbu from Konoha leaving, she immediately stood up and asked Rasa, Master Kazekage, if Naruto leaves Konoha, what will happen to my marriage to Naruto? After hearing this, Luo Sha replied without changing her face, of course it won't be cancelled. Huh, Tamari breathed a sigh of relief, that's okay. Seeing Tamari's reaction, Luo Sha also felt puzzled. It's not like no one has pursued Tamari before. But Tamari turned a blind eye to those handsome boys. It had only been a few days before I was attracted to Naruto. Looking at it like this, if he planned to break up her and Naruto, Tamari would most likely enter the rebellious stage. At this moment, there was an explosion in Sunagaku. Luo Sha's expression froze. Did Shukaku break the seal again? Naruto was a little curious. Is it really as strong as Kurama said? 3 layers of 8-sign seal. 3 layers. What kind of stinky person Shukaku is, how could he be freed in such a short period of time? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Kurama's voice came from Naruto's body. Naruto, not Shukaku. It was a group of guys in robes who attacked Shukaku's Jinchūriki. After hearing Kurama's words, the 3 people at the scene looked at each other, jumped out of the window and stood on the roof of the building. Many sand shinobi are gathering. The black spots running through the houses are all ninjas. It seems that the residents of Sunagaku are used to riots in Sunagaku. Luo Sha found his position, observed the chakra fluctuations and the power of the ninjutsu, and his heart sank slightly. He raised his hand to condense gold, and ordered Naruto and Tamari, you two stay here, don't run around. After Rasa finished speaking, without waiting for Naruto and Tamari to respond, he controlled Sand Gold and flew over. Naruto ordered Tamari, stay here and don't run around. Tamari. Naruto was seen flying into the air, faster than Rasa. The corners of Tamari's lips trembled slightly, and she complained, what kind of tempers do these two have? They act like I'm useless. The words have not yet finished. A huge roar came from the destination. The explosion caused flames to shoot into the sky. The ninjutsu attack was completely destroyed within a radius of tens of meters. Tamari took a deep breath. I seem to be really useless. Hateful. If I hadn't learned that technique yet, I wouldn't have been so passive. The scene of the explosion. Deidara was carrying the unconscious Gaara on his shoulders, and said in confusion, what the hell is this kid? I blew him half to death, and he's sleeping across here. Huh. How disrespectful to my art, damn it. Shie, who was hiding among the puppets, retorted smoothly, shut up. Deidara, that's not called art. Deidara snorted disdainfully. Don't point fingers at me. Not far away, Kisame was carrying Samahata, and Shark watched Deidara and Scorpion complete the task. He could not help but say with envy, I actually completed the task so easily. Next is the second goal, Itachi. At this time, Uchiha Itachi was standing on the roof of the building. Any sand shinobi running from a distance would be confused by Itachi's illusion and stop moving. Stop. At this moment, a powerful voice came from the sky. Who are you? Why did you attack our Jinchūriki in Sunagaku? Kisame chuckled. You actually called your own son Jinchūriki. I don't know how you kidnapped Jinchūriki from Konoha. Speaking of which, that yellow-haired kid is also one of our targets. Where is he? Luo Sha saw that these people dared to attack Gaara, so he questioned them to no avail and stopped talking nonsense. He raised his hand to condense Sand Gold and threw it at Deidara. Deidara pretended to be panicked and retreated, while shouting funny, ouch. You stinky old man. It's obviously the shark face who provoked you. Do you think I'm easy to bully? The Sand Gold fell down, making a big hole where Deidara's original position was. Deidara looked at Shajin's destructive power with lingering fear. Fortunately, I am very responsive. Yeah. He carried Gaara and greeted Shie. Uncle Shie, our mission is completed. Let's retreat first. It would be good to watch weasels attack from a distance. As Shie retreated, he responded displeased ly. Don't call me uncle. Deidara. Okay, Mr. Scorpion. Scorpion. Rasa wanted to chase Deidara, but was stopped by Kisame. Master Kazekage, please tell us where the Nine-Tails Jinchūriki is. Kisame opened his mouth and showed his sharp teeth, his expression looking extremely ferocious. Luo Sha snorted, it was too high for Shajin, and continued to chase Deidara. Kisame wanted to stop him, but from the corner of his eye, he saw Naruto flying over from a distance. Naruto saw the situation at the scene and said to Rasa, Master Kazekage, don't worry and go after that rebellious brat. Let me handle these 2 people. When Deidara heard Naruto calling her that, he yelled angrily, you brat. Who are you calling a brat? Rasa looked at Naruto and then at Gaara who was unconscious. Well, at this time, Naruto could only be trusted. Luo Sha continues to chase Deidara and Sha. But the 2 men kept running towards the outside of the village. Naruto stayed behind and faced off against Kisame and Itachi. Is that guy from your Akatsuki organization actually able to detect Sunagaku? Naruto looked at Kisame and said with some surprise, I've been hiding here, but I can still be found. Kisame faced Naruto without any carelessness because of Naruto's age. He untied the white cloth wrapped around Samahata and said, "Don't ask about this, just come with us, otherwise." "What else?" Naruto formed a seal with one hand, but didn't say what kind of technique it was. Kisame noticed the sound of cracking in the sky and subconsciously ducked aside. Dong dong dong. The Myojin gate fell, but Kisame avoided it. Kisame sensed the terrifying sealing power above and suddenly became frightened. What is this? Uchiha Itachi also opened Sharingan at this time. He stood on the house and asked Naruto, "Uzumaki Naruto, why did you leave Konoha?" Chapter 86 Art. Naruto showed a thoughtful expression. "This question is quite complicated. My patience does not allow me to explain it to you. Tisk, it's strange that the shark attacked me secretly." During the conversation, Naruto noticed Kisame releasing ninjutsu to sneak attack. It was a shark made of water, biting towards Naruto. Naruto flew in the air and easily avoided by turning sideways. But the shark flew far away and hit a certain building directly. The building was torn apart and collapsed. Naruto saw this scene and said in annoyance, "Damn it, I like that hot spring very much." Naruto's experience living in Sunagaku was pretty good these days. Because no one disturbs me, no one pays special attention to me, and there are beautiful girls taking care of me. In order to avoid more losses, Naruto flew in the direction of Ross's departure without saying a word. Seeing Naruto like this, Kisame thought Naruto was scared. So Kisame followed Naruto and shouted at Naruto, "Uzumaki Naruto, didn't you defeat Shukaku? Are you so cowardly?" This low-level provoking method was of zero use to Naruto. Because after awakening his memory, Naruto's mood has been very stable. After all, his emphasis on certain things has decreased. At this time, Kisame provoked Naruto, but it had no effect at all. Uchiha Itachi realized that Naruto might be trying to prevent Sunagaku from suffering too much damage. This made Itachi more certain of his thoughts. Uzumaki Naruto completely betrayed Konoha village and joined Sunagaku. Otherwise, how can one explain Naruto's behavior? Help one tail Shukaku Jinchūriki strengthen the seal. This is the conclusion Itachi came to after observing Gaara. Also helped Sunagaku do landscaping with wood style. This is visible to anyone with eyes. The key is, a genius like Naruto must have his own pride in his heart. Faced with Kisame's attack, he actually chose to swallow his anger and run away in embarrassment. Just to prevent Sunagaku from being damaged further. All of this proves that Naruto has completely become Sunagaku's person. Itachi knew that Konoha couldn't live without the Jinchūriki. It just so happened that his physical illness had been almost cured by Orochimaru. It looks like we need to take it seriously. Naruto chased the traces of Rasa and brought Kisame and Uchiha Itachi outside Sunagaku. This is the jungle left by Naruto to practice wood style. At this moment, Rasa was fighting with Deidara using ninjutsu in the sky. The scorpion took Gaara and fled far away. Naruto noticed that Scorpio was getting farther and farther away, so he spoke, "Kurama, lend me your power." Kurama didn't waste any time and directly lent the chakra to Naruto. Naruto's body surface condensed into a brilliant golden color. Tailed Beast Mode, plus, Lightning Style Armor. Naruto released this ninjutsu for the first time. At this time, Naruto's body was glowing with blue and golden light, making him look like a Super Saiyan. Lightning Style Armor plus Ultra Light Heavy Rock Technique plus 9 Tails Mode. These three abilities, each of them has good speed performance in the original work. Now it was blessed by Naruto alone. Not to mention, Naruto also has the Flying Thunder God technique. In this state, Naruto's speed has reached a level that ordinary people cannot understand. The scorpion rolled Gaara and was escaping into the distance. But suddenly he felt a sense of crisis coming from behind him. He looked back and saw a golden figure flying towards him. The roaring sound that broke through the air set off waves of sound, making Shia's eyes widen for a moment. The next second didn't wait for him to react. This golden figure penetrated the scorpion just like lightning flashing across the night sky. Click. Boom. Scorpion's puppet shattered, revealing the lineup inside. And the Gaara he carried also appeared in Naruto's hands. Naruto was suspended in the sky, holding Gaara in one hand and forming a seal with the other, saying to Scorpion, "Don't leave in such a hurry, you've already gone home, why don't you sit down for a while?" Scorpion noticed something was wrong and immediately wanted to move his position. But wood style stretched out from under his feet, binding it tightly. The scorpion's wrist rotated, and a black pipe extended out. Hot flames spurted out from within. After burning wood style, Scorpion found several Myojin gates falling above his head. The power of the seal instantly blessed Scorpion's body. He couldn't move, the chakra almost solidified. He also lost control of the puppet. Even chakra is being absorbed by the strange Mingshin gate. Naruto restrained Scorpion and turned his attention to Ross's battlefield. At this time Luo Sha could no longer hold on. Luo Sha's strength. How to say? Call him strong, he is indeed strong. After all, the weight of alluvial gold is much higher than that of sand. Being able to freely control sand gold is certainly more powerful than sand. But what is the key question? Deidara is so sensitive. He can fly and release winged clay bombs. This put Luo Sha into a tough fight. Not to mention the pressure of Kisame and Itachi chasing Naruto out. Without Itachi and Kisame, Ross's victory over Deidara would have been a matter of time. After all, the experience is there, and as a veteran cage-level player, although Luo Sha took care of Deidara, it took a lot of effort, but it was not impossible. The key issue is the threat of Kisame and Itachi, which Rasa cannot ignore. Seeing that Luo Sha was under attack from both sides, Naruto left the Flying Thunder God mark on the spot. Then use Flying Thunder God to send Gaara into Sunagaku. When Naruto returned again, less than a second had passed. He was in full power and rushed towards Deidara. Deidara was furious at Luo Sha and felt a sense of crisis. Looking behind him, Deidara only saw a hint of gold. Next moment, he felt severe pain in his chest. Deidara was in pain and was knocked down from the giant clay bird. Deidara looked down and found a big hole in his chest, which was bleeding crazily. What's going on? What speed is this? Deidara complained horribly. In the next scene, he saw Naruto raising one hand above his head. An extremely terrifying wind-style sphere appeared. Oops. Deidara's heart sank. If you get into contact with that, you will definitely die. There is no possibility of survival. But now, there are only two things he can do. First, ask for help from Uchiha Itachi and Kisame. Kisame may not be able to save him. And the relationship between Deidara and Kisame is average. As for asking Uchiha Itachi for help, impossible. Even if Deidara died, he would never ask Itachi for help. As soon as he gritted his teeth, he yelled at Naruto, Uzumaki Naruto. You brat, Why are you so arrogant? I will show you what real art is now, Deidara screamed, taking off his Akatsuki robe, revealing his devastated body. He looked crazy and shouted at Shie in the distance, Master Shie, please watch this. This is called art. Yeah, Chapter 87 Solving the Art Duo. No one knows what technique Deidara used, but he spoke as if he were saying goodbye. This made Scorpio feel a little bit bad, although Scorpion does not recognize Deidara's art. But he had to admit that Deidara's explosion was really powerful. If this B***** D thing hides any earth-shattering secrets, it wouldn't be a surprise to Shie. At such a close distance, Deidara's explosion would definitely affect him. And Scorpion was sealed by the Mingxian Gate, and now he could only look at Deidara with a pained face. Mahler Gobi, if I am really killed by the aftermath of Deidara, my wise life will be ruined. But at this critical moment, Deidara's emotions were clearly brewing. Naruto, however, dragged Rasengan and rushed towards Kisame. Kisame's eyes widened for a moment, and he quickly raised his hand to form a seal, as this technique aimed at me. Haha. Deidara wanted to self-destruct. But he saw that Naruto was not coming towards him. Deidara looked confused, and his hot blood was suddenly poured with cold water. Naruto's figure quickly pressed towards Kisame. Kisame was alert and raised his hand to quickly form seals. The distance between the two sides is getting closer and closer. Kisame's ultimate move was also ready, and a terrifying shark bit towards Naruto. Naruto's face remained unchanged, thinking, is this the ninjutsu that can swallow chakra in the original work? What is the principle? Similar to wood style? No. Probably not as good as wood style. But it has nothing to do with me. The corners of Naruto's lips raised slightly, and his whole person suddenly disappeared. Kisame's huge shark swallowed the air and landed in the dense forest in the distance. The shark swallowed up large tracts of dense forest and swept up waves of wet sand. And Naruto's true form, but suddenly appeared above Deidara's head. What's the situation? Deidara had already given up on using secret techniques. But Naruto suddenly appeared. Naruto didn't hesitate and hit Deidara's head with a Rasengan. A Rasengan is about the size of a tailed beast bomb. Its power is even more unpredictable. Almost instantly, Deidara lost consciousness. His body was hit by Rasengan, a white aurora glowed in the explosion, and a deep crater with a diameter of tens of meters was opened in the desert. The yellow sand in the sky was blown away by the aftermath. Deidara was in the center of the explosion, lying there dying. It was not long before his life ended. Deidara wanted to use the secret technique at this time, but it was too late. Because his body was in disrepair. Directly hit by the Rasengan, Deidara breathed his last. It's hard for him to move his fingers, and he can also perform some shitty secret skills. Uzumaki Naruto. Deidara stared with bloodshot eyes and cursed angrily, you despicable villain. Naruto used the super light heavy rock technique to float in the air, looked down at Deidara, and corrected him. It's not mean, it's not smart, it's just that you are too stupid. It's actually not Deidara's fault. Deidara had no idea that Naruto had left the Flying Thunder God mark on him. And Deidara didn't know Naruto could use the Flying Thunder God technique. Flying Thunder God technique without advanced precautions. It is a ninjutsu that is almost impossible to defend against. Because the attack power of ninjas is very high. But their defenses are very poor. Once attacked, it's basically gone. However, the characteristics of Flying Thunder God can ensure that those who do not know Flying Thunder God will be successfully attacked. Naruto was left with the Flying Thunder God mark when he first came into contact with Deidara. He seems to be making a fool of himself to fight Kisame. The purpose is to make Deidara relax his vigilance. Prevent Deidara from using the secret technique and affecting Sunagaku on the side. But it only seems to be attacking in the east. Naruto's real target is Deidara. Now Deidara is crippled by Naruto, and his life has entered a countdown. Wrong. It's already lifeless. Because Deidara's body was in pieces, his whole body was lifeless and buried in the sand. Just Deidara's bad temper. If he were still alive, facing Naruto's provocations and taunts. How could Deidara not retort? Naruto was sure that Deidara was dead, so he turned his attention to Kisame and Uchiha Itachi. It's your turn. Itachi was silent for a moment and said to Kisame on the side, the situation is not good, please retreat first. Kisame stared at Itachi in shock. If you retreat now, both Scorpion and Deidara will die. There is no way, Itachi said to Kisame. Under my Mangekyo, Uzumaki Naruto has at least 5 times more chakra than you and I combined. Kisame was silent after hearing this. He said to Itachi, I can absorb chakra, but I can't touch him. His speed is too fast. Even if we want to retreat, it won't be that easy. How about, you use my chakra? Kisami's reputation as a tailless beast comes from its large amount of chakra. Although this is because he has the property of absorbing chakra. But in fact, Kisame itself has quite a lot of chakra. Because he is the final product of human experiments. Otherwise, he wouldn't look like a shark. Kisame itself has much more chakra than a normal ninja. I don't know how much more chakra than Itachi's. Itachi nodded silently, a strange Mangekyo appeared in his eyes. This is the only way. As a result, Itachi and Kisami's goal changed from capturing Naruto to escaping the scene. Kisame looked at the golden figure rushing towards him in the sky, and complained in horror, what kind of monster is he? That's not the case. Super Cage level combat power is enhanced by lightning style armor, super light rock technique, and Kurama chakra. It would be a bit unreasonable to not be able to kill Scorpion and Deidara instantly. Uchiha Itachi didn't hold back and fought with all his strength. Red chakra armor extends from his body. And it keeps getting bigger. Susanoo wrapped Itachi and Kisame. Kisame stood in Susanoo and said in surprise, is this the legendary Susanoo? It's really powerful. At this moment, Kisame even had the illusion that he could kill Naruto. But that was always just an illusion. After all, I can fight back. She likes me. But they are called the 2 major illusions in life. Naruto faced Uchiha Itachi Susanoo's comprehensive defense, but he was not afraid at all. He raised his hand, palm up. A terrifying amount of chakra was condensed by Naruto. Above the palm of his hand, a black light flickered. Not long after, a black sphere appeared in Naruto's palm. This sphere also has something like a star ring. The rich chakra compressed to ultimate forms a large spiral chakra. And the big spiral wheel U, with the blessing of Kurama chakra, was added with a touch of gold. Since the battle location was outside Sunagaku, the distance was not very far. So Naruto didn't dare to use ninjutsu with all his strength. This big spiral wheel danger is also not Naruto's limit. Chapter 88 Chasing Itachi and Kisame. Kisame stared at the black gold sphere in Naruto's hand and reminded Itachi, don't get hit by that. Itachi's tone also had a hint of panic. I know. At this moment, Uchiha Itachi's body has been restored to peak condition by Orochimaru using technology. His condition is also under control. And the amount of chakra has also increased. This is one of the 3 legendary Hokage phantom gods. Rumored to be able to seal Otsutsuki Kagaya, a rank above 6 paths. Possessing super combat power that can be called invincible. That is, Healthy Ferret. His Susanoo has broken through the original limitations. Became a terrifying giant with complete arms and legs. Plus with the help of Kisami's chakra. Uchiha Itachi's state at this time is definitely the most peak moment in his entire life. Phew. Susanoo holds the flaming red 10-fist sword in her right hand, which exudes the power of the seal. Susanoo holds a huge gourd in her left hand. The Yata mirror transforms into a breastplate that covers Susanoo's body. Behind the ferocious-looking head, there are 3 Yasaka Magatama floating in a circle that are constantly rotating. The only pity is that Uchiha Itachi cannot use the complete Susanoo at this time. The big spiral chakra that Naruto blessed with Kurama chakra has flown over. Itachi controlled Susanoo, extending the Juken sword. The power of the seal takes effect instantly. The chakra inside the big spiral wheel is rapidly solidifying, losing its original violence. However, the internal chakra flow structure was destroyed by the Juken sword. The big spiral wheel U suddenly exploded in midair after part of its power was sealed. The shock wave instantly submerged Uchiha Itachi's huge Susanoo like a divine punishment. Good thing you have the Yata mirror that can neutralize ninjutsu attacks. The armor transformed by Yata mirror was worn by Susanoo. Most of the attacks from the Great Spiral Rinyu are absorbed by the Yata mirror armor. But there are still some hits on Susanoo's body. Susanoo was blown away by the terrifying shock wave and fell further away. Inside Susanoo, Uchiha Itachi's eyes widened in shock. Because of Naruto's jutsu, no matter how violent or powerful it is, all far exceeded Uchiha Itachi's expectations. Susanoo took advantage of the impact and turned around to run away. Naruto, who was close to Sunagaku behind him, was a little surprised when he saw this scene. You actually want to escape. He was about to chase after him, but was stopped by Luo Sha. Luo Sha said to Naruto, Little Naruto, the other party has escaped, let's deal with these 2 first. Of course what Luo Sha was talking about was Deidara and Scorpion. Naruto shook his head slightly. Master Cage, these people are all in the same organization, you should be able to tell. Rasa nodded seriously. Well, their goal should be to capture Jinchūriki. Otherwise they wouldn't have taken action against Gaara, nor would they have asked about Naruto's location. Naruto said matter-of-factly, if we don't eliminate the root cause, they will come again. If they attack Sunagaku, wouldn't it still be our loss? Luo Sha was right to think about it. Only, Rasa asked Naruto. This is too dangerous, the village cannot afford to lose you. Naruto flicked a flying thunder god kunai. Rasa didn't think Naruto was attacking her. He raised his hand to use the kunai and saw the flying thunder god mark on it. Seeing this mark, Luo Sha instantly shuddered. Because this mark reminded him of what Sunagaku called an unbeatable enemy. The guy known as Yellow Flash. On the battlefield, Namikaze Minato is as dominant as a crazed-tailed beast. It can be seen how much pressure Minato brought to hostile countries at that time. Seeing the flying thunder god mark at this time, Luo Sha was also afraid. Naruto said to Rasa, even if I can't defeat him, I will come back directly. After hearing this, Luo Sha no longer stopped Naruto, but told Naruto, don't show off. Temari and the village can't live without you. This drama is a bit embarrassing and funny. After all, Naruto had only been in Sunagaku for a few days. And Naruto didn't become a ninja in Sunagaku, he just considered himself a traveler. Naruto smiled without saying anything and turned back to chase Uchiha Itachi and Kisame. The two men drove Susanoo and ran a certain distance while Naruto and Rasa were talking. Naruto went straight after him, only to find that the chakra Kurama had given him had been used up. So I had to ask Kurama for chakra again. When Kurama's chakra was used for his own use again, Itachi and Kisame were even further away. But Naruto didn't panic at all. Because he is very fast. There was no fear that Itachi and Kisame could escape. Just like this, we are chasing each other all the way. Uchiha Itachi controlled Susanoo and led Naruto to the river country in the east of the Wind Country. River country is also the battlefield between Sunagaku and Konoha in the last great ninja war. Further east is the land of fire. Seeing that Naruto was about to catch up, Itachi had no choice but to turn around and run towards the land of rain. Naruto's ninjutsu is very powerful, but Susanoo is able to use the Juken sword to seal away part of the chakra. Then use the defensive power of Yata Mirror and the hardness of Susanoo itself to withstand the aftermath. Finally, he took advantage of the aftermath and fled further away. In this way, you chased me and came to the border of the Kingdom of Rain. A thin drizzle of rain falls on Susanoo. Uchiha Itachi learned the order of the angel Konan through the rain. She wouldn't let us in. Itachi's heart sank. Kisame said to Itachi, I don't have much chakra left. We can only let the leader come out first, and then we will gather in the country of grass. Itachi nodded and silently used Kisami's chakra to replenish himself, and then continued to generate pupil power to maintain Susanoo. But they underestimated Naruto's speed. When they were about to enter the country of grass, Naruto caught up with them again. This time, Naruto saw the barren mountains all around, so he felt relieved. Are you here specifically to let me take action without any scruples? Then do as you wish. Naruto raised his hand to condense with all his strength. A large spiral wheel the size of a basketball appeared. The power contained inside it is 7 to 8 times greater than the normal large spiral wheel. Itachi inside Susanoo felt something was wrong, so he repeated the steps of resisting before. First, use the 10-fist sword to seal the chakra of the great spiral chakra. Then use Susanoo's defense and Yata Mirror to block the remaining damage. But this time, he miscalculated. This large spiral wheel contains almost 30% of Naruto's chakra. Its power has exceeded imagination. According to Kurama, the power of this attack is 20 times that of the tailed beast bomb at full power. Susanoo was shattered by this horrific explosion. At the critical moment of imminent death, Uchiha Itachi's left eye lost its light. Chapter 89 Guilt Induction. Border of the Land of Grass. This place has become a scene after a natural disaster. When Naruto used his full strength to cast the great spiral Rigna, Itachi's Susanoo is simply irresistible. Susanoo is in pieces. The aftermath has dissipated. Kisami's figure disappeared. Uchiha Itachi's shadow suddenly condensed. Naruto used the ultra-light rock technique and suspended it in midair. He closed his eyes slightly and only used the perception brought by combat experience to check Itachi's situation. No, not perception. To be precise, it should be called prediction. The reason why he closed his eyes was to prevent Uchiha Itachi from performing genjutsu. Realizing that Itachi was not dead, Naruto looked relieved. As expected of you, Uchiha Itachi. Naruto said, you are actually able to survive. Below, Uchiha Itachi closed one eye and looked at the desolate scene around him, feeling an indescribable feeling in his heart. Itachi was thinking about how to survive under Naruto when Naruto's voice fell from the sky. Uchiha Itachi, let's go. Naruto closed his eyes and said to Itachi, your life should end in that guy's hands. Not me. Itachi realized that Naruto actually knew his plan, and was extremely surprised. Know that few people know your plans. Because Itachi didn't even tell anyone. Only he understands this plan. Only those who often pay attention to Uchiha Itachi and have super analytical skills can vaguely guess his plans and purposes. Orochimaru is like that, but now, so is Naruto. Could it be that Naruto was not only more powerful than he knew, but also possessed terrifying insight? When Itachi saw Naruto making a move, he backed away cautiously. Seeing that Naruto was really planning to let him go, Itachi turned around and ran away. He has his own mission and his own tasks. Although he held the trump cards in his hand, Itachi had no intention of using those trump cards on Naruto. When Uchiha Itachi left, Naruto's state dissipated. The lightning-style armor disappeared, and Kurama's chakra was exhausted. A large part of the chakra in Naruto's body was consumed after such a long pursuit. Because the big spiral wheel U was originally a big move. Although Naruto has a lot of chakra, he also has Uzumaki bloodline and Senju bloodline. But after using so many big moves in a row, chakra was already struggling. But, even at this point, Naruto was able to maintain the ultralight rock technique with ease. After Itachi left completely, Naruto looked for a suitable place nearby and planned to rest for a while. Inside Rain Shinobi Village, Konan noticed the situation of Kisame and Itachi, so he asked Kisame and Itachi to lure Naruto away from the land of rain. This is also to avoid losses to Rain Country. Later Konan told Nagato about this. Nagato controls Pain's 6 paths and sets off. When we arrived at the scene, we saw only a mess. Naruto, Uchiha Itachi, Hoshigaki Kisame, not a single soul. Pain's 6 paths missed. The other side, Anbu from Konoha went to Sunagaku to ask for Naruto. But was rejected by Naruto. Yugao's teammates want to force Naruto to return to Konoha. But he was taught a lesson by Naruto. In the end, thanks to Shi Yan's efforts, his teammates survived. So Shi Yan and his teammates started to rush towards Konoha. But halfway through, this teammate suddenly started blaming Shi Yan. If you had had a tougher attitude at that time, we might not have been able to complete our mission. Hearing what her teammates said, Shi Yan subconsciously felt something bad. She said with an unhappy face, "What did you say?" If it weren't for Shi Yan, his teammates would have been killed by Naruto. But now, this teammate actually blames Shion for not insisting on carrying out the mission. Under those circumstances, could the mission still be carried out? But his teammates obviously didn't realize this. All he wants now is to get rid of the pot and be less talked about if he returns to the village. After all, he thought he had tried his best. When I get back to the village, I will tell the truth to Lord Hokage. Shion's teammates had a very cold attitude. It was as if Yugao had betrayed Konoha. These words were extremely harsh when Shi Yan heard them. Shion is not a person without temper. She said to her teammates, you don't need to tell me. As Anbu, I will never lie to Lord Third Hokage. The two returned to the village, went to the Hokage building, came to the Hokage office, and met Sarutobi Hiruzen. After hearing the description, Sarutobi Hiruzen felt extremely regretful. I see. The reason why Naruto left the village was that his normal life was disturbed. Even with this move, did Sarutobi Hiruzen make a mistake? Sarutobi Hiruzen stared at the ceiling with his vicissitudes of life, and weakly raised his hand and waved. You can leave first. Shion's teammates nodded in agreement, feeling a little happy in their hearts. This way he can get away with the guilt of failing the mission. Attributing some mistakes to Shion can also save him some peace of mind. In the room, only Sarutobi Hiruzen and Yugao were left. After a while, Sarutobi Hiruzen finally came up with an idea. He asked Shion, I will still wrong you next. Yugao didn't know why, so she asked Sarutobi Hiruzen, third generation Sama, why do you say that? I have tried my best. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded. I know, Shion, you have worked hard enough. But it's not like you don't know the current situation. If you want Naruto to return to the village, you need to use some special methods. Shion struggled for a moment and nodded silently. I am willing to give everything for the village. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded with satisfaction. As expected of Anbu people, their ideological consciousness is high. So, Sarutobi Hiruzen informed Yugao of his plan. Shion felt incredible after hearing this. She felt extremely wronged, but in the end she gritted her teeth and said, okay. Sarutobi Hiruzen's plan was to exploit Naruto's guilt. Guilt. It is originally a high-level emotion that distinguishes humans from animals. It is also the most easily exploited mentality. Human beings who are induced and exploited by guilt will agree to things against their will that they would not otherwise agree to. As for how to use it, didn't Naruto have a relationship with Shi Yan? Now Yugao was deprived of Anbu's position because of the failure of the mission to recover Naruto. All the mistakes in the mission were attributed to Shi Yan. There are even rumors that it was Yugao who monitored Naruto too harshly, which caused Naruto to leave the village. Wait for this matter to spread, wait for Naruto to know what happened to Shion because of him. Naruto, who is kind-hearted, will definitely feel guilty towards Yugao. Then Naruto can go back to Konoha to deal with this matter. Then Yugao will be able to tell Naruto the truth. Then Sarutobi Hiruzen roped in a few people who were close to Naruto and asked Naruto to stay. The plan went perfectly. In just a few days, Shion became the target of verbal vilification by everyone in Konoha village. And because it is a secret mission, even Moonlight Gale began to doubt Shi Yan. Shion's pressure is also increasing. Public opinion spread and Sunagaku soon learned about it. At this moment, Naruto was resting in a hotel in the country of grass. He didn't hear any rumors about Shi Yan. Chapter 90 The current situation of Fragrant Phosphorus. Naruto's pursuit of Itachi soon spread within the Akatsuki organization. 4 members of the Akatsuki organization: Scorpion, Deidara, Kisame, Weasel. Now only Itachi is back alive. Although he lost one eye, it seemed like a heavy loss. But Itachi couldn't give a suitable reason. It was impossible to explain why Naruto let him go. So Itachi's status within the Akatsuki organization declined. It even directly aroused the suspicion of Nagato and Konan. Finally, with the help of Obito, Uchiha Itachi was cleared of suspicion. As for why Obito helped Itachi. Because now Itachi only has one eye left. Itachi was no longer a threat to him. But he was able to control Itachi and make Itachi do things for him. That's why Obito assisted Itachi. After Kosovo and his mother encountered an accident in the country of Whirlpool, they wandered in the ninja world. They finally found a village that could take in the mother and daughter, but they paid a heavy price. Xianglin grew up as a ninja in the village's shabby school. Then I took the Chunin exam. It turned out that his teammates didn't care about her life or death at all, and only used her as a moving spring. So Xiang Phosphorus secretly separated from his teammates. But unexpectedly, they were attacked by a huge bear. At the critical moment, it was a handsome blonde boy who saved Xiang Lian. He is really handsome. Xiang Phosphorus was immediately fascinated by him. After finally getting through to the end of the Chunin exam, Karen originally wanted to see if he could stay in Konoha secretly so that he could have a chance to get in touch with Naruto. But unexpectedly, I met an invitation from Sarutobi Hiruzen. And, very enthusiastic, the wandering life for many years was known to Xiang Lu. There is no free lunch in this world. Sarutobi Hiruzen wants her to stay and offers such generous conditions. There must be his purpose. And this purpose, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not say clearly. This made Xiang Ling very scared, so he ran away. After returning to the village, the people in the village complained that Chunin did not perform well in the exam. Depriving him of his identity as a ninja, he wants to completely cultivate him into a mobile spring, and then start a war. But Xiang Phosphorus is no longer the pure-minded and willing to believe in people. She took advantage of the lax defenses of the ninjas in the village and fled the village, becoming a rebellious ninja. After that, Xiang Phosphorus lived a life of being hunted. No, I should say being hunted. Because fragrant phosphorus is a moving spring water, they are reluctant to kill fragrant phosphorus. Fortunately, with his excellent reconnaissance skills, Xiang Phosphorus can always avert danger and avoid being caught. It can be dense and sparse. Under siege and interception, Xiang Lu was eventually forced into a desperate situation. Fortunately, Orochimaru passed by at this time, and he said that he took a fancy to Karen's talent and wanted Karen to join the Sound Ninja village. In desperation, Karen encounters Orochimaru. It's like grabbing a life-saving straw. So Koro was rescued by Orochimaru. Kaoru is very grateful to Orochimaru, just like he is grateful to Naruto. If Orochimaru wants Kodo to work for the Sound Ninja village, Xiang Phosphorus is willing. Unexpectedly, Orochimaru's experiment was quickly exposed. Xiang Phosphorus is very afraid of becoming an experimental subject and losing his life. So she started planning her escape. Currently, only Xiang Phosphorus knows about this plan. She had rehearsed it in her mind many times. She wants to escape from the Sound Ninja village before Orochimaru actually uses her as a test subject. On this day, Orochimaru had his blood drawn as usual. Right now, there was a vibration in the distance. It was like the aftermath of an earthquake. But it contains chakra. Koro is of the Uzumaki clan and has a strong sense of chakra. She immediately sensed that it was Naruto's chakra. This is Naruto's technique, and the aftermath affects the land of sound. Based on the direction, Koro sensed that Naruto was probably there. So she made her escape plan in advance. As long as he could see Naruto, Kaoru believed that everything would be fine. However, due to the advanced planning, the preparation of fragrant phosphorus was not sufficient. The bad news is, she was discovered. The good news is, not discovered directly by Orochimaru. Behind Xianglin were 3 pursuers from the Sound Ninja village. She gritted her teeth and ran towards Naruto's position. But the pursuers behind him were getting closer and closer. Although the amount of chakra of aromatic phosphorus is large. But she didn't know how to use it. She knew she couldn't defeat the pursuers behind her, so she also knew she couldn't be caught up. And after so much time, Orochimaru must have known the news and was on his way. The fragrant phosphorus skips the big trees. There was fine sweat on her forehead, and there was fear in her eyes. Close. Getting closer. Naruto's chakra breath is getting closer and closer. It was getting late at this time, late at night. Under the bright moonlight, Xiang Phosphorus was desperately trying to escape. Her breath was disordered, and she had obviously escaped for a long distance. Behind him, 3 ninjas from the Sound Ninja village followed. They warned Uzumaki. Uzumaki. Orochimaru-sama already knows that you are going to defect. I advise you to stop obediently, so that Orochimaru-sama can still give you a lighter punishment. Xiang Ling heard these words, but his heart was not shaken at all. Because she had seen Orochimaru's experimental subjects. The man looked like a ghost, and he couldn't even see it. And most of the guys who were experimented on by Orochimaru died. And she didn't want to die. I don't want to become a monster that is neither human nor ghost. Because then he would never be able to be with Naruto again. Xiang Ling didn't reply and ran away. Karen uses the secret technique of the Uzumaki clan to sense Naruto's chakra. Naruto's position was getting closer and closer. But Xiang Phosphorus was caught up. She was already overloaded and ran away, but now she managed to run so far. Located near a small town, Xiangling received a punch in the back and lost all center of gravity. Ah! She let out a scream and fell from the branch. Swish swish swish. 3 sound ninjas came from a distance and instantly surrounded Xiangling, who was paralyzed on the ground. Damn guy, he was able to run so far, and it made me unable to sleep well. HMPH, I'll kill you now. There was fear in Xiangling's eyes, and he stared blankly at Odo Ninja. In her perception, she was less than a kilometer away from Naruto's chakra. However, it is only 1,000 meters. For a ninja, running 1,000 meters is a simple matter. But for the current fragrant phosphorus, it is difficult to reach the sky. Naruto, save me! Kaoru yelled for help in Naruto's direction. Because a sound ninja next to him wants to kill Xiangling. This guy took out a kunai and was about to attack the phoenix, but was stopped by his companion. Hey, do you want to die? Although this red-haired monster deserves to die, she is Orochimaru-sama's test subject after all. If you kill her, you will die too. Master Orochimaru will be here soon, let's just wait. You're right, Naruto was not aware of the situation here at all. But it did not escape Kurama's investigation. Kurama woke Naruto from his sleep and informed him of the situation of the phosphorus. Chapter 91, just to learn secret techniques. Under the moonlight night, a pair of snake eyes came out of the darkness. Orochimaru's expression was calm, and no one could see his inner thoughts. Xiangling was surrounded by a group of sound ninjas and had nowhere to hide. Orochimaru asked Uzumaki in a hoarse voice, Uzumaki Uzumaki, I saved you, why did you betray me? Regarding this question, Xiang Phosphorus did not hesitate at all and answered confidently, because you want to kill me. It's that simple. The fragrant phosphorus is now rotten. You can't run away anyway, and your future outcome is already determined. It would be better to be tougher on your words, so that she would feel better. Orochimaru laughed after hearing this, it's just an experiment. But, Xiangling immediately became excited. I have seen your so-called experimental subjects, but they cannot be called human beings at all. Without the human form, Xiang Phosphorus would have no face to see anyone. Orochimaru shook his head slightly, then laughed at Koro for being restrained by his appearance. Xiang Phosphorus naturally didn't understand this. Orochimaru didn't waste any time and said to his subordinates, catch her and bring her back to the laboratory. The words just fell. The sound ninjas were about to take action. A peaceful voice came from above. Hello, Orochimaru, could you please stop attacking that guy? She is my friend. The sound ninja's movements immediately stopped. Orochimaru's eyes slowly widened, and he saw a vague shadow in front of him. He looked up and saw a figure standing in the air. Naruto was wearing a pajamas, his hands in his pockets, looking at Orochimaru with calm eyes. Although he had no murderous intent, Orochimaru was scared to the point of numbness. The sound ninjas all screamed when they saw what a brat Naruto was. What kind of brat do you think you are? How dare you talk to Orochimaru-sama like that? That's right, if you can, come down and watch Lousy smash your head with one punch. This group of sound ninjas were furious, as if Naruto would die if Orochimaru gave the order. But Orochimaru suppressed the fear in his heart and his face trembled slightly. He spoke in as calm a tone as possible, Uzumaki Naruto. The Nine-Tails Jinchūriki who left Konoha had the ability to defeat 4 members of the Akatsuki organization at once. Even among the Akatsuki organizations that were defeated by Naruto at once. There is also Uchiha Itachi who can kill Orochimaru instantly. And the incredibly tricky Kisame. Naruto's strength now definitely exceeds Orochimaru's expectations. Orochimaru chuckled and said to his subordinates, let's go. We can't mess with this guy, yet. When Naruto fought off Uchiha Itachi and Kisame, Orochimaru received the news immediately. After all, it was he who transformed Uchiha Itachi's body. Only Orochimaru knows how powerful Uchiha Itachi is. That is the closest combat power to the legendary Super Kage level. But even so, Uchiha Itachi plus Kisame, and 2 other members of the Akatsuki organization. But they couldn't defeat Naruto, and were chased all over the world by Naruto. Naruto's strength, Orochimaru could not imagine. So he could only give in. However, it was just a temporary surrender. Orochimaru and his men fled in despair. Only Naruto and Karen were left at the scene. At this time, Xiang Phosphorus felt weak all over. She ran so far and was so focused. Now being rescued by Naruto, Karen finally breathed a sigh of relief. But even after breathing such a sigh of relief, Xiangling felt dizzy and stumbled towards the ground. Upon seeing this, Naruto flew down and carried Xiangling back to the hotel to rest. Early morning. A crisp chirp came from the window. Xiangling opened her eyes and saw the white ceiling. The cries of vendors could be heard on the streets. Everything seemed so peaceful. Xiang Liao recalled the experience last night, with a hint of surprise in her eyes. So is this what peace of mind feels like? From this moment on, she is no longer bound by any force. Become a free person. But, Xiangling looked at the empty room, her heart tightening again. She quickly opened Kagura's mind and went to check Naruto's location. It turned out that Naruto was in the room next to his. Kaoru got up, washed up, and immediately walked towards Naruto's room. Opening the door, Xiang Phosphorus saw the familiar blonde hair. Naruto was sitting cross-legged in front of the table, holding a pink-wrapped book in one hand and breakfast in the other, slowly tasting it. Karen pushed the door open, catching Naruto's attention. Seeing the red-haired girl standing blankly outside the door, Naruto called her in. I bought you breakfast, let's eat together. Xiang Ling's demonic eyes stared at Naruto. Do not know why. The moment he saw Naruto, Xiang Lian felt that the sense of crisis lurking around him disappeared instantly. Maybe it's because Naruto is very powerful. Or maybe there are other unknown reasons. Anyway, by staying by Naruto's side, Kaoru felt that there was no danger. Yeah, Xiang Lian hummed, walked in and sat across from Naruto. Naruto, on the other hand, put away Jiraiya's writings and concentrated on dealing with him early. After all, it's better not to read this kind of book in front of girls. I have to say that Jiraiya writes well. Unfortunately, there is too little content and updates are slow. Neither of them spoke, enjoying the peaceful time. Waiting for breakfast, Naruto asked Koso directly, Kuredo, have you awakened the secret technique of the Uzumaki clan? Today, Naruto, the secret technique of the Uzumaki clan, only knows adamantine sealing chains. As for Kagura, she has not learned yet. Although it can only be learned through awakening, Kagura's heart eye is just a technique after all, not an organ like Sharingan. Therefore, even if Naruto has not awakened, he can still learn it through the description of Xianglin. Regarding Naruto, Xiang Ling didn't hide anything and immediately answered truthfully. Yes, that is a secret technique that can detect far away. Naruto, please let me stay with you. I can replenish your chakra and act as eyes. And I can also do laundry, cooking and so on. Of course, if you don't mind, I can also warm. This girl wants to express her worth as much as possible. At the end of the sentence, Xianglu lowered his head shyly. But Naruto's next words poured cold water on Xiang Ling. Just listen to Naruto say, I want to learn that secret technique. Learn secret arts. Almost instantly, Koro knew the reason for the encounter between himself and Naruto. Naruto saved himself in order to learn the secret technique. It was also because of the secret technique that helped him escape from Orochimaru. Xiang Ling felt disappointed, but since it was Naruto's request, Xiang Ling did not refuse. Okay, Xiang Phosphorus whispered, but if you don't awaken on your own, the secret technique will be difficult to learn. Chapter 92 Raikage's Plan. Regarding Xiang Ling's reminder, Naruto said indifferently, don't be afraid of the difficulty of learning, there is plenty of time anyway. While speaking, Naruto also glanced at his attribute panel. At this time, Naruto has almost learned the wood-style ninjutsu. Only a few very large wood styles have not yet been tested. But Naruto found that every time he learned a wood style, his combat effectiveness was very limited. It seems that there are only two ways to quickly improve combat effectiveness. The first is simulation. This is the simplest. The second is to learn about the secrets of the Uzumaki clan. Now that there is fragrant phosphorus around him, there is no need for Naruto to waste the simulation opportunity to learn the secret technique. And it's not necessarily the kind that can be learned. Had a meal. Xiang Ling began to guide Naruto in his training at the hotel. Kagura mind eye is related to the quality of chakra. The higher the quality of the chakra, the wider the range it can detect. Koro described to Naruto. You concentrate the chakra in your brain, then close your eyes, and imagine that your consciousness is out of the body, and then you can see the surrounding situation. Isn't this simple? After Naruto heard Kagura's description, he knew that this was the process of using Kagura's heart eye. Instead of starting from scratch the process of learning Kagura's mind. How to say, Naruto's teaching ability is similar to that of Naruto in the original work. Naruto. It's a Pong. When the balloon explodes, you'll learn Rasengan. Xiang Phosphorus. Close your eyes and imagine that your consciousness is out of the body, and you can learn the Kagura mind's eye. Although I got less information. But Naruto still tried hard. He closed his eyes and even raised his hand to form a seal to control the chakra. Under Naruto's control, the chakra in Naruto's brain began to activate. This gave Naruto a strange feeling. I feel like my brain has become extremely sensitive. Then Naruto started to imagine that his consciousness was separated from the body just like what Koro said. But it failed. Naruto opened his eyes and saw Karen staring at him curiously. Xiang Ling's expression was a little worried, and he asked Naruto, Naruto-kun, how are you? Have you learned it? Naruto shook his head. Xiang Liao said in a relaxed tone, that's good. Naruto. See Naruto's confused expression. Xiang Ling quickly admitted his mistake. Anyway. Okay, I was wrong. Naruto-kun, I'm afraid that you will abandon me after you learn the secret. Speaking of this, Xiang Phosphorus felt extremely depressed. Naruto was silent for a moment and said to Xianglin, don't worry, I haven't abandoned my companions yet. Companion. Am I Naruto's companion now? Xiang Phosphorus felt sweet in her heart after listening to it. But she had not been lazy in teaching before. But her teaching ability is so, first class. These days, Naruto lives in Kusanagi. He took the fragrant phosphorus with him and stayed in the hotel. Kagura guides Naruto Kagura's heart. Although the progress is slow, Naruto's progress is also very obvious. The news of Naruto leaving Konoha village has spread throughout the ninja world. Shiyan was isolated from the village because of Naruto's affairs, and this also spread to Naruto's ears. Guilt induction. Guilt is originally the difference between humans and animals. But it is an emotion that people can easily exploit. After Naruto heard the news about Shion, he chuckled. Because he seemed to realize that this was a conspiracy. And it was created by Sarutobi Hiruzen. The reason why Naruto is so suspicious is not that he is clairvoyant and can see the conspiracy between Sarutobi Hiruzen and Yugo. That's because Naruto already knew Sarutobi Hiruzen's character. He looks like a good old man, but in fact he is full of conspiracy. After all, as a politician, Sarutobi Hiruzen kept Konoha village running and took care of the peace of the shinobi world. No one believes that Sarutobi Hiruzen is just a kind old man. So, Naruto decided to ignore Yugao's matter. At this moment, inside Cloud Shinobi Village, Raikage office, a Cloud Shinobi came in and reported the collected information to Raikage. Lord Raikage, the news you asked me to pay attention to has already been released. Konoha's nine tails Jinchūriki, Uzumaki Naruto, he has indeed left Konoha. At this time, Konoha has lost its tailed beast. In addition, we also found out about Uzumaki Naruto's record. He defeated both Konoha and Mist Shinobi's SS-level rebel ninjas, Uchiha Itachi and Hoshigaki Kisame. Fourth Raikage Iduan sat behind his desk, listening to the reports from his subordinates. His expression became increasingly sharp. Very good, I said in a sullen tone with the muscles on his entire face condensing together like iron knots. A few years ago, that old guy Sarutobi Hiruzen killed our Cloud Shinobi village envoy to provoke us. At that time, I thought they had some trump card in Konoha. Now it seems that the trump card is Uzumaki Naruto who can control the tailed beasts. Now that Uzumaki Naruto has left Konoha, it is time for us to feel proud. Go. Call killer be over. Cloud Shinobi took the order and turned to leave the office. Only Raikage was left in the room thinking about how to target Konoha. The reason why Raikage targets Konoha is because Konoha has many blood inheritance limits. The purpose of Raikage is also very simple. That is to obtain the blood inheritance limit. Cloud Shinobi Village has a pitifully small bloodline. This time, Raikage plans to use force directly to make Konoha hand over some blood successor ninjas. They were then imprisoned in Cloud Shinobi Village to thrive. In just a few decades, he, the fourth generation, will become a major contributor to the strength of Cloud Shinobi Village. With this achievement in front of him, it was impossible for I not to be tempted. Within the country of grass. Inside a hotel, Naruto was sleeping soundly, but was woken up by Kurama's shout. Naruto, there are quite a few people around. Kurama's voice reached Naruto's ears. Naruto opened his eyes, his blue pupils shining a little brightly in the moonlight. Naruto closed his eyes and raised his hand to make a seal gesture. Kagura Heart Eye. After several days of practice, Naruto has mastered Kagura's mind. In this world, every living thing has chakra fluctuations. Kagura's Heart Eye can sense the fluctuations of chakra, and then analyze the strength of this unit based on the attributes and strength of chakra. The surrounding chakra fluctuates a lot. Under Naruto's observation, at least 10 chakra fluctuations reached cage level. There are still 10 cage level experts. Naruto thought for a moment and decided not to be tough. Fortunately, Kurama discovered it in advance and alerted Naruto. Otherwise, Naruto would probably be attacked by 10 cage level experts. At that time, I am afraid that I will be directly seriously injured, and there is even a risk of drinking. Akatsuki Organization. I remember you, Naruto said to Kurama in his heart. Kurama, thank you. Kurama chuckled. Now that things have happened, do you and I still need to say thank you? Naruto smiled, thinking that he should be able to absorb the chakra of the third nine tails for Kurama. He quietly got up, and then used Flying Thunder God to appear in Shangsu's room, intending to take Shangsu to escape from the encirclement of the Akatsuki Organization. Chapter 93. 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 kitchen and 1 bathroom. Where are you going? In the dark room, Naruto fell into thinking. Run to Sunagaku. Say goodbye. Now Naruto is carrying phosphorus. Although he didn't want to admit it, Naruto also realized that he was a scumbag. After getting along with each other these days, Shang Phosphorus is extremely proactive. Naruto admitted that he couldn't stand it. Just in case that grumpy guy from Tamari finds out. There's no telling what will happen. Then go back to Konoha. Not very good either. The current Konoha was not the Konoha that Naruto liked. For now, Naruto has no idea of returning to Konoha. As for the Land of Thunder and Kurigakure, they were directly filtered out by Naruto. And there is a guy named Zetsu in the Akatsuki Organization. He is able to hide himself through all plants. In order not to be discovered by Z, you can only go to deserts or places without vegetation. Sunagaku can't go, so Iwagakure is the only choice. Naruto made up his mind and began to use Kagura's Heart Eye to communicate with the Flying Thunder God seal. This was something Naruto discovered unexpectedly. Flying Thunder God Mark, as long as its owner can sense its existence, the Flying Thunder God technique can be activated. Before learning Kagura's Heart's Eye, Naruto's range of perception of the Flying Thunder God's mark was not that far. But after learning Kagura's Heart Eye, Naruto was able to directly perceive the Flying Thunder God's mark dozens of miles away. This also caused the distance that Naruto could cover with a single use of the Flying Thunder God mark to increase exponentially. After detecting the Flying Thunder God mark he had placed around him, Naruto woke up Kosovo, and then used the Flying Thunder God technique to leave the circle surrounded by Akatsuki members. Naruto. Xiangling was sleeping, but he noticed that the world was spinning. After opening my eyes, I saw a strange place. She panicked slightly, and the next second she saw Naruto next to her. Shang Phosphorus asked tentatively. Naruto nodded to Karen. It's me. We were surrounded just now, and now we have to leave the country of grass. Yeah, Xiangling curled up in Naruto's arms, like a kitten that finally found a home. She didn't ask Naruto where he was going. The only thing Kaoru knew was that as long as Naruto was there, it was safe. Naruto's Flying Thunder God technique is used very skillfully. Coupled with Kagura's inner eye, he traveled extremely fast. At the same time, the Kingdom of Grass and the Kingdom of Earth are also bordering each other. It didn't take long for Naruto to cross an unknown distance and arrive in the land of Earth. When it comes to the outbreak of the Ninja World War, a large part of the reason is actually caused by the environment. Konoha is a forest with beautiful mountains and clear waters and rich resources. The country of Wind is a desert with poor resources and very slow development. The Kingdom of Earth is the Gobi Desert, with sparse vegetation, and its development is only a little faster than that of the Kingdom of Wind. The only one that is better is the Kingdom of Thunder. As for the Kingdom of Water, as an island, its terrain is limited, its trade with the outside world is not intensive, and it is closed to itself, so its development is extremely slow. In this case, the development speed of the Land of Fire and the Land of Thunder is obviously faster than that of other countries. Therefore, the main reason for the outbreak of the Ninja World War is to compete for territory. The current Naruto came to the territory of the Earth Kingdom with Shang Phosphorus. He knew that there was a guy in the Akatsuki organization who was amazing. So in order to avoid being discovered by Zetsu, Naruto directly found a place in the soil country where there were rocks everywhere and almost no vegetation. It's very remote here, there are no villages around, and it's still late at night. But this did not trouble Naruto at all. He said to the fragrant phosphorus in his arms, "You come down first." With that said, Naruto placed the phosphorus on the ground. Naruto then found a relatively flat spot, raised his hand and began to form seals. Wood style. 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 kitchen and 1 bathroom technique. Rumble. A house rises from the ground. Although this is also wooden. It can also be discovered and hidden by Zetsu. But wood style is Naruto's own technique. Once Zetsu lurked, Naruto would be able to detect it instantly. The current plan is to practice here. Wait until the system tasks are completed before making any plans. The other side. Members of the Akatsuki organization launched. Thanks to Uchiha Itachi's description, the Akatsuki organization learned of Naruto's power. This hunting operation is absolutely confidential and the most intense. Including Pain 6 Paths, and all the core members of the Akatsuki organization were present. After Zetsu's exploration, Naruto's location was finally discovered. Unfortunately, they failed. Seeing the empty room, Tiandao Pain frowned. Flying Thunder God technique. Zetsu, find the location of Nine Tails Jinchūriki as soon as possible. I'll catch it myself when the time comes. The rest of you, continue to stare at your respective goals. Yes, inside Konoha village, Sarutobi Hiruzen had a huge headache. The plan he and Shion agreed upon did not succeed. Based on time, no matter where Naruto is in the ninja world. He had already learned that Shion had been treated differently because of his incident. But Naruto did not return to Konoha. It also doesn't give Sarutobi Hiruzen a chance to correct his mistakes. That's not even counting the fact that Naruto didn't return to the village. One of the big problems arises when the village loses its Jinchūriki. That's Cloud Shinobi Village. The Cloud Shinobi Village messenger has visited Konoha again. And met Sarutobi Hiruzen. At this time, inside the Hokage office. The Cloud Shinobi Village envoy said to Sarutobi Hiruzen, "A few years ago, our Cloud Shinobi Village envoy was brutally murdered in Konoha Village, and it was at your command, Lord Hokage. Now, our Raikage-sama would like to ask Hokage-sama, how do you want to handle this matter?" Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the Cloud Shinobi Village messenger who was talking about wanting to start a war, as if he had aged several years in an instant. His old voice carried a hint of helplessness as he asked the Cloud Shinobi Village envoy, "So, what do you mean by Raikage?" The Cloud Shinobi Village envoy sneered. "Our intention at Cloud Shinobi Village is, of course, to increase communication and enhance intimacy with your village, so as to avoid unnecessary collisions in the future. To this end, our Lord Raikage has proposed some plans. It depends on whether Lord Hokage can agree to it." Sarutobi Hiruzen remained silent, knowing that the other party was going to make conditions next. The Cloud Shinobi Village envoy sneered inwardly when he saw that Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't even dare to speak. It seems that Konoha Village has really lost Jinchūriki, and has lost the existence that can control the tailed beasts. Now, Konoha Village is full of people. The Cloud Shinobi Village envoy immediately spoke. "Our Lord Raikage said that as long as Konoha hands over Uchiha Sasuke and Hyuga Hinata to us, we can ignore the rudeness of Konoha Village before. Otherwise, our Lord Raikage will come to Konoha personally to demand justice." Sarutobi Hiruzen's heart froze after hearing this, and then his expression became furious. Good guy. It takes 2 bloody successor ninjas at once. They are still the 2 strongest blood successors. Cloud Shinobi Village has a big appetite. Chapter 94 Little Sakura. Not to mention, among the Uchiha clan, only Uchiha Sasuke is left. Sarutobi Hiruzen was about to get angry, but he saw the Cloud Shinobi Village messenger sneer. He was immediately splashed with cold water. What does Konoha do now to start a war with Cloud Shinobi Village? Naruto had left Konoha and now they were without the Jinchūriki and the tailed beasts. If a war breaks out, Cloud Shinobi Village will definitely take advantage of them. By then, in order to quell the war, the price paid would not be just 1 or 2 people. Just when Sarutobi Hiruzen calmed down and thought. A crisp voice came from outside the door. Cloud Shinobi Village has a huge appetite, and you're not afraid of being choked to death. Boom. The office door was kicked open. Several figures walked in from outside. The leader is a woman with a unique weapon. Behind her, there were 3 young girls standing. Shizune, Ino, Haruno Sakura. There is no doubt that the person who suddenly broke into Hokage's office was Tsunade. Her appearance confused the minds of Sarutobi Hiruzen and the Cloud Shinobi Village messenger. Subsequently, Sarutobi Hiruzen was overjoyed. Tsunade, have you returned to the village? Sarutobi Hiruzen asked in surprise. Tsunade is back, and Konoha has a little say. The Cloud Shinobi Village messenger looked at Tsunade with a fake smile and felt a little guilty. This time the Cloud Shinobi Village messenger is here to cause trouble. He originally thought he was just bullying a lonely old man, so he was very confident. But I didn't expect a Tsunade to appear halfway. Tsunade is different from Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen is old, and although Tsunade is not young, he is not yet timid. And as one of the Sannin, Tsunade survived the demigods of the ninja world. After so many years of training, Tsunade, who bears the name of Senju, is unknown how strong he is. The Cloud Shinobi Village messenger was stunned on the spot. Tsunade did not intend to let him go so easily, but asked the messenger, "What did you just say?" The messenger showed a forced smile and involuntarily changed his original words. "That's right, I came here under orders because Lord Raikage represents Cloud Shinobi Village and intends to marry Konoha. If Konoha agrees, all the previous unpleasantness will be wiped out." Tsunade sneered, crossing his arms and waiting for him to continue. The messenger was also a little angry when he saw this. "What are you pretending to be? Isn't it just a Sannin? I've already given in. You are not a Jinchūriki, nor a tailed beast. I've already given in, but you still won't step down. Do you really think our Cloud Shinobi Village is easy to mess with? Let alone Tsunade returning to the village, even if Jiraiya and Orochimaru return to Konoha at the same time. In the case of Konoha's tailed beasts, it may not be possible to defend Cloud Shinobi Village, which has 2 tailed beasts." Thinking of this, the messenger couldn't help but harden his tone. "As long as Konoha agrees to marry Hyuga Hinata to Cloud Shinobi Village, we will not hold Konoha accountable for its previous responsibilities. Actually, who is worth more, Uchiha Sasuke or Hyuga Hinata? That must be Sasuke. After all, it is only used for breeding, and boys only reproduce faster than girls. But Sasuke is the only one." As soon as Tsunade came back like this, the messenger didn't dare to talk about Sasuke. Tsunade's expression became even more dissatisfied when he heard the messenger's words. But the envoy had an expression like, "I gave in," and he felt like he deserved a beating. Before Tsunade could say anything, someone behind her couldn't help it. When Haruno Sakura heard that this guy actually wanted to take advantage of Hinata, she couldn't help but taunted her. "What kind of system is your Cloud Shinobi Village? Is it so rubbish?" The messenger saw that Tsunade and Sarutobi Hiruzen did not express any opinions. Instead, a small Kurama behind Tsunade spoke. This made him look over with some dissatisfaction, and asked Haruno Sakura, "Oh. Who are you? Are you worthy of speaking to me on behalf of Konoha?" Haruno Sakura lost some momentum. Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately winked at Tsunade. Tsunade also glanced at Haruno Sakura, telling her to be honest. But Haruno Sakura is known for her toughness. Not to mention it concerns Naruto. Haruno Sakura ignored Ino's tugging on her sleeves and said sternly, "If you Cloud Shinobi Village dare to take advantage of Hinata, are you really not afraid that Naruto will send you a few tailed beast bombs in the middle of the night?" The messenger would have been angry. After all, Haruno Sakura, a little-known brat, dared to contradict him. But as soon as he heard Naruto and tailed beast bomb, the messenger woke up on the spot. The messenger frowned and asked Haruno Sakura, "What did you say?" "That Hyuga Hinata knows 9 tails Jinchūriki." Haruno Sakura snorted. "Of course. And they are both engaged. Naruto is so strong, and now you dare to take advantage of Hinata, maybe you don't want to live anymore." The messenger was frightened for a while after hearing this. Because Naruto's strength has long been known to the public. Just look at Naruto's record. Easily against Shukaku, perfect Jinchūriki. Shukaku's strength ranks among the top among the tailed beasts. Plus Naruto himself is the perfect 9 tails Jinchūriki. Although Naruto's fight against the Akatsuki organization has not yet been made public, and no one even knows what the Akatsuki organization is. But just based on Naruto's superficial record, it is not difficult to guess that Naruto's strength is infinitely close to that of Hokage. And Naruto is still young, he is still growing. It is definitely not a wise choice to offend a supernova who is expected to surpass Kage-level combat power. When the messenger heard Haruno Sakura's words, his expression sank slightly, and he changed his words directly, "Then you Konoha must also hand over Uchiha Sasuke." Haruno Sakura sneered again after hearing this. Ino's scalp was numb as she watched, and she wanted to stop him. She raised her hand to grab Haruno Sakura's arm, but Haruno Sakura threw her away. Ino, sister, can you please stop being so stubborn? Even if Master Hokage and Master Tsunade want to say this, they have to weigh it carefully. But Haruno Sakura was extremely stubborn, as if she was afraid of a war breaking out because of a few words. You are really looking for death. Sasuke is Naruto's disciple. Do you think Naruto will allow you to touch Sasuke? After hearing Haruno Sakura's words, the messenger looked as if he had eaten asterisk. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Tsunade looked at each other and understood what the other meant. Let Haruno Sakura say whatever you want. If something happens, just say that the child is still young and cannot speak. If nothing happens, let's continue what Haruno Sakura said. There is no loss to the left and right, and the messenger of Cloud Shinobi Village can be disgusted, so why not? The messenger was cornered by Haruno Sakura, and finally said, okay. We in Cloud Shinobi Village do not want the blood of the Uchiha and Hyuga clans, let alone any bloodline boundaries. Looking at you, you must be Tsunade-sama's disciple, right? For the sake of peace between the two villages, you should make some sacrifices. Haruno Sakura saw that this guy actually hit her, so she suppressed a smile and said, then you are planning the wrong thing, I am Naruto's serious wife. You, what a stupid kid, calling herself Naruto's wife. After hearing this, the messenger rolled his eyes and suddenly felt dizzy. What is this Naruto? How come everyone is related to Naruto? Chapter 95 I clearly said I would let you go. More importantly, this Naruto looks like he has multiple wives. And the pink-haired girl in front of me not only doesn't care about this, but is actually very proud. What exactly is in your mind? The envoy's chest heaved with anger, and he almost fell to the ground when he lost his balance. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Tsunade saw that it was almost done, so they stopped Haruno Sakura. The two men gave the envoy a step down and then sent him away. But the key question is, after all, Konoha is already free of Jinchūriki and tailed beasts. And Cloud Shinobi Village has two tailed beasts. With such a huge disparity, it is impossible for Cloud Shinobi Village, who is very thirsty for the blood inheritance boundary, to visit just this once. Within the land of Earth. On a deserted Gobi desert. Under the night, a slender figure suddenly appeared in the jungle while walking through it. She murmured to herself, what's going on here? Originally it was just a routine inspection. It's just a simple task of brushing up your resume. Unexpectedly, he suddenly encountered a jungle that had never appeared before. It's like it fell from the sky. There must be something fishy here. Anyone else might have returned to Iwagakure to report the news. But the problem is that the person who discovered this jungle is Kuretsuchi. Kuretsuchi sneaked all the way and finally found a hut in the middle of the jungle. Sure enough, there is someone. Kuretsuchi thought in his heart, and quietly lurked over. Who is actually doing greening on the territory of the Kingdom of Earth? While this is a good thing, it doesn't work without approval. And the opponent is most likely a ninja. Since he is a ninja, he cannot enter the Earth Kingdom without permission. Otherwise it can be regarded as an invasion. Kuretsuchi looked serious and lurked in the corner. She vaguely heard two voices coming from inside the house. What are you doing? Ouch. Just once. Okay. No, how can I explain this to my wife? Hearing this, Kuretsuchi was confused. There is a man and a woman here, and the man has his wife. Could it be that he sneaked out to have an affair? But I don't dare to sleep alone. There are no electric lights here. I'm afraid of the dark. Okay, just do it today. I'll go shopping for electrical appliances tomorrow. Hehe, I knew Naruto-kun wouldn't watch me shivering in the dark. Kuretsuchi frowned. Humph, angry woman. But what happened next shocked Kuretsuchi even more. Inside the house, Korra wore a thin nightgown and got into Naruto's bed, then hugged Naruto tightly. Naruto only felt nephrite falling into his arms and looked down at the soft and fragrant phosphorus. Seeing that Naruto didn't refuse, Xianglian suddenly had a naughty smile on her pretty face. A nimble little hand reached over from Xiang Phosphorus. Naruto's eyes immediately widened. He grabbed Xiangling's hand and warned her with a vicious look. Xiangling's expression was subconsciously panicked, but then she said shyly, Naruto-kun, cough. Naruto. Under the covers, Xiang Phosphorus's heartbeat quickened. Naruto raised his hand and tapped Xiangli's forehead and said to her, go to sleep over there and don't move around. Xianglian recalled the books she found in Naruto's room. She asked apologetically, I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, isn't this uncomfortable? It's okay, I'll help you. Naruto felt his scalp tingle when he heard this. Where did you learn that? Xiangling apologized. I didn't mean to peek at your book, Naruto-kun, you have to believe me. Don't worry, although I haven't tried it, I'm very smart and won't hurt you. Naruto could have withstood it originally. But if this is done, who can resist this temptation? Seeing Naruto's unresponsiveness, Xiangling was secretly happy. She spat out her sweet tongue, then raised her hands to cover herself with the quilt. Outside the house, Kuretsuchi listened to the subtle sucking sound, and his expression was quite wonderful. She originally thought about rushing in and questioning them. But then I thought again. Isn't it a bit embarrassing to just go in like this? So Kuretsuchi waited outside. I don't know how long it took. The movement in the house gradually disappeared. Kuretsuchi has reached the limit of his tolerance. She was about to get angry when she heard Naruto's voice coming from inside the room. Isn't it a bit immoral to have been eavesdropping for so long? Kuretsuchi's beautiful eyes narrowed and she felt like the world was spinning. The next moment, she appeared in the room. In front of her, Naruto was wearing pajamas and looking calm. You have discovered me a long time ago. Kuretsuchi asked in shock. Naruto shrugged. Otherwise, I thought you would leave wisely. Kuretsuchi glanced around and asked Naruto, who are you? Am I not outside? Why did you come in suddenly? Of course Naruto used the Flying Thunder God technique to capture Kuretsuchi. It's just that Naruto will not take the initiative to explain this to Kuretsuchi. In another room, Xianglian stuck his head out. Naruto, who is she? Naruto responded. I don't know, it was the guy who was eavesdropping just now. After hearing this, Shang Phosphorus looked at Kuretsuchi with an unhappy expression. Kuretsuchi subconsciously looked at the red-haired girl's delicate lips. A little whitish. This scene left Kuretsuchi a bit at a loss. After all, she had never seen such a battle before. But the black soil quickly stabilized. Kuretsuchi stood up and asked Naruto, who are you? Why are you in the territory of Earth Country? Who allowed you to come here? Looking at you, you must be ninjas too, right? Why did you step in here without us Iwagakure knowing about it? Do you have any conspiracy? Naruto had a headache hearing this series of questions. Naruto waved his hand to Kuretsuchi. We are just staying here for a while, and we will leave in a few days. Although you disturbed us, I don't plan to care about it. Just go. Kuretsuchi was furious when he saw Naruto's, I'll let you go, look on his face. She is not weak. It was just because of his carelessness that he was suddenly brought into the room by Naruto. Now Naruto is invading the Earth Kingdom with an expression of, I'll let you go. Of course Kuretsuchi couldn't bear it. Kuretsuchi put on his gloves and assumed a fighting posture, revealing his long white legs on both sides of his cheongsam. Naruto was instantly attracted. Kuretsuchi noticed Naruto's gaze, with an annoyed expression on his face, and yelled, pervert. Take the move. Boom. Kuretsuchi punched Naruto. Pa. Naruto raised his hand to catch it and pulled Kuretsuchi over. Pushing Kuretsuchi to the ground, Naruto twisted her arm to restrict her movement. Hey, I obviously said I would let you go. Naruto asked Kuretsuchi helplessly, why are you still thinking of attacking me? The black soil on the ground looked confused. All she knew was that she punched Naruto and then he pinned her to the ground. Kuretsuchi felt incredible. What exactly is Naruto's strength? Can he defeat her easily? Chapter 96 3.5 Kurama. Being restrained to the ground by Naruto, Kuretsuchi calmed down a bit. She said to Naruto, let me go, I won't disturb you anymore. Naruto naturally relaxed. Kuretsuchi stood up and stretched his aching arms, glared at Naruto, and then rushed out the door. Naruto didn't stop him either. After all, she just had to stop causing trouble. But Xianglian suddenly said to Naruto, Naruto-kun, she still has ill intentions towards us. Naruto's eyes narrowed and his figure disappeared in a flash of light. The next second, Kuretsuchi was captured by Naruto again. Before Kuretsuchi could react, she murmured to herself, wait, I'll go back and ask the old man to teach you a lesson. At this point Naruto had roughly determined her identity. Have such flawless long legs. Plus the old man in his mouth. And the guy who can be called an old man in Iwagakure is naturally Onoki. So this guy is Kuretsuchi. Naruto made a nasal sound. Huh. Only then did Kuretsuchi see that he had been captured by Naruto again. She still wanted to quibble, but Naruto shook his head slightly. Since you want to destroy our peaceful life, then I have to. Saying this, Naruto felt a trace of murderous thoughts. But Xiangling reminded Naruto in time. Naruto, let's not provoke her. This is the kingdom of Earth. If she is from Iwagakure, we will be found out later. Then there will be trouble again. Naruto suddenly had a headache when he heard Xiangling's words. What should we do? Killing does not mean that, and releasing does not mean that. Xiangling gave Naruto an idea. We can kidnap her first and then let her go when we leave. Naruto nodded. Yeah, that's it. When Kuretsuchi heard the conversation between the two people, his expression suddenly became panicked. But before she could say anything, Naruto punched her and knocked her unconscious. When Kuretsuchi woke up again, it was already dawn the next day. Kuretsuchi was overjoyed when he realized that he was not tied up. Hey, these two guys are not experienced ninjas and don't know how to restrain me. Kuretsuchi was feeling happy when he suddenly felt a burning pain in his abdomen. Hiss. Kuretsuchi lowered his head and opened his clothes, and saw a seal on his flat and smooth abdomen. And the chakra in her body didn't obey her orders. Kuretsuchi was shocked and wanted to sit cross-legged on the ground, trying to break the seal. At this moment, the door next door was pushed open. Shang Phosphorus yawned and walked out. Seeing this woman disturbing himself and Naruto, Xiangling didn't have a good expression. Xianglian's face turned cold and he said to Kuretsuchi, don't waste your efforts. This is Naruto-kun's seal. Not even the tailed beast can break free, let alone you. A seal that even the tailed beasts can't break free from. How is this possible? Kuretsuchi couldn't help but laugh at Xianglin. Do you know what a tailed beast is? This level of sealing technique, let alone tailed beasts, just give me some time and I can open it myself. It's not that I look down on you, Naruto-kun, but this kind of thing is too ridiculous. When he reached the last word, he was interrupted by a loud noise. Boom. Outside the house, there was a roar. Kuretsuchi and Xianglin looked at each other and walked out of the house. At first glance, Kuretsuchi saw the terrifying Nine Tails. This, Kuretsuchi said in shock. What is going on? But that's not all. Under the witness of two people, another slightly smaller Nine Tails appeared. But wood-style Myojin Gate. Dong dong dong. As soon as Nine Tails appeared, they were trapped by wood-style falling from the sky. The huge Nine Tails spoke to someone. Naruto, are you really not afraid that I will absorb their power and then bite you back? At this time, Kurama's size was already very terrifying, like a small hill. Naruto was suspended in midair and said to Kurama, don't be suspicious of people who are suspicious, but don't be suspicious of people who are employed. Although this was the first time Kurama heard this statement, he understood what it meant. Kurama laughed loudly. Okay. In this case, I can't embarrass the tailed beast. Finished. Kurama turned over and sat on the Nine Tails summoned by Naruto, biting its neck. This Nine Tails, like the Nine Tails that had been persecuted before, roared in shock. Who are you? Why do you want to absorb my power? But both Naruto and Kurama ignored it. It is clear. This man and a fox are used to Nine Tails' wrath. The current Kurama has the power of 2.5 Nine Tails. The speed of absorbing power is also faster. Not long after, the entire Nine Tails was devoured by Kurama. And that Nine Tails turned into a mini Nine Tails that was only 30 centimeters tall. Kurama's body size expanded again. Now it is equivalent to the size of 3.5 Nine Tails. It is so terrifying that it is comparable to Godzilla. Naruto is relatively close to Nine Tails. He visually inspected it and found that Kurama had now completely transformed into a giant beast. A timid person would probably faint from the shock. Those who are bold can also suffer from macrophobia. After Kurama absorbed the power of Nine Tails, his entire body turned into red chakra and returned to the sealed space in Naruto's body. Not long after, Naruto heard Kurama's voice coming from his abdomen. Naruto, if you have time, expand the sealed space. This place is already too small for me. Naruto smiled at this. Okay, but I don't know how to expand it now. I have to do some research. Then, Naruto turned his attention to the escaping Nine Tails. Nine Tails' originally terrifying chakra was absorbed by Kurama. Now it's only a few dozen centimeters in size. Naruto flew over, grabbed the back of its neck and lifted it up. Nine Tails was furious. Are you deaf? Why can't you hear what I said? Naturally, Naruto did not respond to Nine Tails' roar. He used the Flying Thunder God technique to return to Kosovo and saw Kosovo and Kuretsuchi. Shang Phosphorus was originally intimidated by Kurama. But when I saw the mini version of Nine Tails, I suddenly showed an excited expression. Upon seeing this, Naruto said to Shang Ling, how about it? Do you want me to be your pet? Shang Ling nodded excitedly. Really Naruto-kun? Naruto. When have I ever lied to someone? So Naruto sealed Nine Tails' chakra, cut off its nails, and sent it to Kosovo. Shang Ling reached out and hugged Nine Tails' squeaky nest, squeezing it constantly. Nine Tails became angry and scolded in a cute voice. You. Who are you? Huh. Naruto looked at Nine Tails displeased, stretched out his hand and tapped its head. Don't be so grumpy. And you can't bite people randomly, otherwise, I will have to give you two. Naruto didn't continue. But Nine Tails already knows the answer. Nine Tails was instantly scared and became a pet obediently. Kuretsuchi's outlook on the side exploded. The power of the tailed beast is absorbed by the stronger tailed beast. And that tailed beast is still willing to be a pet. Chapter 97 Tomb of Heroes. Kuretsuchi looked at the messy, temperless Nine Tails in Shanglin's arms. Kuretsuchi now feels that his worldview has collapsed. Tailed beast. So weak. Seeing that Xiangling liked it, Naruto felt a little happy in his heart. Then Naruto's expression turned cold and he turned his gaze to Kuretsuchi. Kuretsuchi's heart skipped a beat, and he quickly waved his hand to Naruto. Don't worry, I will never run away. I have been sealed by your chakra now. Even if I escape, I may die if I encounter some small animals. Seeing Kuretsuchi talking to this extent, Naruto nodded slightly, feeling relieved. Then Naruto went to study the first Hokage's ninjutsu scroll. But at noon, Xiangling hurriedly found Naruto. Naruto, it's bad, that guy escaped. If she really escapes and reports, we will be in trouble. It's just a little troublesome. Naruto didn't panic after hearing this. He reassured Xiangling. Don't worry, she can't escape. Naruto closed his eyes and opened Kagura's mind. The small half of the Earth Kingdom was covered by Naruto's perception range. Naruto had already left his mark on Kuretsuchi, and also memorized Kuretsuchi's chakra fluctuations. Soon, Naruto found Kuretsuchi who was asking for help from a passerby. Naruto sensed the Flying Thunder God mark on her body and activated the Flying Thunder God technique. Kuretsuchi felt a coldness on his back. She turned around stiffly and saw Naruto crossing his arms and staring at her expressionlessly. Kuretsuchi suddenly felt his scalp numb. In order not to anger Naruto, this strange guy. Kuretsuchi turned around and bowed 90 degrees, sincerely apologizing. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I'll never do it again. Naruto said nothing, stretched out his hand to lift Kuretsuchi up, and then looked at the businessman driving the carriage whom Kuretsuchi asked for help. The businessman's expression froze and he showed a forced smile. Ninja-sama, I don't know anything. Naruto didn't kill innocent people indiscriminately. But this businessman is obviously a native of the Earth Kingdom. If he were to inform Iwagakure, Naruto would still be in a bit of trouble. But Naruto also knew that his time in Iwagakure was coming to an end. So I didn't pay much attention to it. So, Naruto took out a stack of silver coins from the system space and handed it over. The merchant's eyes instantly lit up when he saw the silver, and he took it with both hands respectfully. Naruto said to him, "Don't tell Iwagakure for 7 days." Yes, yes, yes. When the businessman heard that it was just such a small request, he immediately said with a smile, of course, I will definitely obey the orders of Ninja-sama. Subsequently, under the merchant's gaze, Naruto and Kuretsuchi disappeared. The businessman rubbed his eyes and thought it was his imagination. But the money in your hand doesn't lie. The businessman stood there stunned for a while, and suddenly felt that he had hit a ghost. I was asked for help out of nowhere. Being threatened out of nowhere. I received silver coins inexplicably. Then the other party left inexplicably. Naruto caught Kuretsuchi back. This time, Naruto didn't give Kuretsuchi much freedom. He tied up Kuretsuchi and trapped him in the room. At night, Naruto and Karen were about to take a rest, but then they remembered the black soil in the house. So Naruto walked in with some rice balls and water bottles. Kuretsuchi hadn't eaten for a whole day, and now he was so hungry that he was dizzy. She saw the rice ball in Naruto's hand and swallowed secretly. Naruto took the rice balls to feed her. Kuretsuchi suddenly said with disgust, "Untie me, I can do it myself, The rice ball was forced into Kuretsuchi's mouth by Naruto. Kuretsuchi let out a whimper before glaring angrily at Naruto. Naruto kindly reminded her, "If you vomit it out, you won't be able to eat for the next 3 days." Kuretsuchi was silent for a moment, then chewed the rice ball viciously, as if he thought he was Naruto. Naruto then gave her some water and left the room. Arrived at the bedroom. When Xianglin, who was lying on the bed, saw Naruto, he raised his hand to lift the quilt and said with a wicked smile, "Naruto-kun, come here." Naruto. Anyway, what happened before happened, and Naruto was not polite. Not long after, Kuretsuchi in the next room heard a slight noise. She gritted her teeth and cursed secretly, "Two beasts." Time flies. The merchant followed Naruto's request and did not tell anyone about Kuretsuchi. But Iwagakure already sensed something was wrong. Kuretsuchi was just on a mission, why hasn't he come back yet? As a person of great concern in the village, Kuretsuchi's disappearance soon aroused Onoki's suspicion. So Onoki sent survey ninjas to search for Kuretsuchi. This survey ninja is not simple. She is the best in the village. There are also some Anbu who are also asking about the situation of Black Earth. It is enough to show how seriously Onoki takes this matter. Naruto felt corrupted. He now finally understood what the Tomb of Heroes was. The main reason is that Shang Phosphorus is too enthusiastic and very open-minded. A few days down. As a result, Naruto's legs were a little weak. And Naruto was surprised to find that his combat power increased slowly. Is it because there are too many things like that? Naruto fell into deep thought and decided to resist temptation today. He took a deep breath and opened the door. He was about to use all his willpower to push Xianglu away. But the fragrant phosphorus did not pounce today as usual. Xiangling held his chin with his hand and asked Naruto, "Naruto-kun, do you want to play something exciting?" Naruto wanted to refuse. But Shang Phosphorus raised his hand in advance and made a seal. Change. Bang. After a burst of white fog, black soil transformed by fragrant phosphorus appeared in front of Naruto. What's terrible is that the black soil is very cool to wear. Hiss. Naruto's eyes trembled slightly. This is. Kuretsuchi put his long legs on Naruto's shoulders and said charmingly, "This is role play. I also learned it from your book." Naruto raised his hand to hold the smooth feet and slowly closed his eyes. Sorry, system. Regarding combat missions, let's talk tomorrow. Today's me. Defeated again. Soon, the tortured Kuretsuchi next door heard something from the conversation between the two. She couldn't bear it anymore and cursed at these two degenerate people. Pervert, you. Why do you want to become like me? Then, Kuretsuchi was gagged by Naruto. And right now, Kuretsuchi noticed an abnormal ripple in space. Look at that shape. He should be the strongest survey ninja in Anbu. He has the ability of invisibility and shielding chakra, and is known as Moon Shadow. Kuretsuchi became excited. A few days. Can he finally be rescued? But, Kuretsuchi clearly saw that she was attracted by the two perverts' voices, so he didn't notice him. Chapter 98 Onoki's granddaughter's husband. In Iwagakure, a woman with the ability to become invisible and shield chakra is a god-level survey ninja known as Tsukikage. She used her invisibility and stood outside the house when she heard a sound that shocked her. Naruto-sama. Quote. The more Yueying listened, the more outrageous she felt. The granddaughter of Tsuchikage from their village actually got together with a guy named Naruto. And listening to Kuretsuchi's voice seems to be very pleasant. Yueying only felt that her scalp was numb, and then she stood there struggling for a long time. Finally, she didn't have the courage to rush in and interrupt. Muni decides to leave and tell Tsuchikage the situation. Then wait for Tsuchikage to make a decision. What? Onoki smashed the desk with a slap, his face turned red with anger, and he said angrily, Kuretsuchi. Wrong. Kuretsuchi is a good boy and there is no way he would do something like that without knowing it. Onoki felt something strange, and soon realized something was wrong. He asked Yueying. Tell me, what is that man's name? Tsukikage didn't know what was wrong with that name and repeated. Tsuchikage-sama, his name is Naruto, but I don't know the last name. Onoki's eyes narrowed after hearing this. Could it be the Uzumaki Naruto who left Konoha? Is it Nine Tails Jinchūriki? The Naruto who can still defeat the tailed beast? Onoki was lost in thought. After some deliberation, he finally asked Yueying, do you think that is the person Kuretsuchi likes? Yueying recalled Kuretsuchi's pleasant voice in her mind and nodded directly, that's right. Onoki nodded slightly after hearing this. Well, as a grandfather, I shouldn't have to worry about the affairs of my children and grandchildren. Kuretsuchi must have had her own thoughts when doing this. Somebody come. Swish swish. A bunch of Anbu show up in the office. Onoki told them. Go and spread the news. Let's say that Nine Tails Jinchūriki Uzumaki Naruto, who left Konoha, is now a member of our Iwagakure, and his identity is the husband of Tsuchikage's granddaughter. A few good days passed. Naruto's location was discovered. This is a rock shinobi Anbu. Wearing a mask, but with a slight bulge in front of his body and a nice voice. Naruto had noticed her a long time ago and waited for her to come over. Tsukikage found Naruto and said directly to Naruto, you are Uzumaki Naruto, right? Naruto's heart sank. Well, it seems you already know about Kuretsuchi. The two of them were not talking about the same thing. Tsukikage didn't notice. She took out Onoki's handwriting and said to Naruto, Naruto, Tsuchikage already knows about you and Miss Kuretsuchi. But don't worry, Tsuchikage-sama has agreed to your matter because you two are in love. You don't have to hide anymore. Naruto looked confused after hearing this and took the handwritten book to read. Good guy. It was actually written by Onoki himself. The content is to praise Naruto to the sky, and then ask Naruto to go to Iwagakure to discuss the marriage with Kuretsuchi. When Naruto saw this book, he suddenly felt that something was wrong. Could it be? Has the hobby between yourself and Shang Phosphorus been discovered? Wrong. Should not. Naruto asked Tsukikage, what did you see? Yueying snorted softly. I didn't see it, but I heard it. Naruto, if you are still a responsible man, go see Tsuchikage within 3 days, otherwise I will really feel unworthy for Our Lady. But Naruto's focus was not on this. Instead, he asked, why can you hear it without me noticing? Talking about this, Yueying said a little arrogantly, this is the limit of my blood inheritance. I can't reveal my specific abilities to you. After she finished speaking, she reminded Naruto to see Tsuchikage and then left directly. Naruto shook his head slightly and put Onoki's letter away. It seems that the journey in the Earth Kingdom is over. Naruto returned to the hut, loosened Kuretsuchi, and then released the chakra seal. These past few days, Kuretsuchi has been having a very uncomfortable time. She moved her numb arms and looked at Naruto with a somewhat fearful look. Naruto said to Kuretsuchi, this farce is over. He took out Onoki's letter and showed it to Kuretsuchi. Kuretsuchi suddenly felt that the sky was falling and the earth was falling. She would never marry Naruto, a pervert. Just go back and explain to Tsuchikage truthfully. Seeing Kuretsuchi's face turning pale and standing there in a daze, Naruto comforted him. Kuretsuchi thought so after hearing this. After all, this kind of thing is not a trivial matter. If Onoki knew the truth, he would definitely not embarrass Kuretsuchi. Seeing that Naruto really wanted to let him go, Kuretsuchi asked with some uncertainty, do you really want me to go? Naruto asked her back, do you want to stay a few more days? Kuretsuchi chuckled. I don't want to live with you two pervert. Only she knows what Kuretsuchi has been through these days. Kuretsuchi is a young girl who has never been exposed to such things. Now I just feel like my brain is polluted. Naruto and Karen are really having fun. Kuretsuchi cursed secretly in his heart. You are playing with flowers and leaving early. After that, Kuretsuchi sped away from the scene. Xiang Ling appeared behind Naruto and said with some regret, are we going to change places again? Naruto fell into deliberation. Well, I just don't know where to go. Which place in the ninja world is safer and more remote? Suddenly, Naruto had a flash of inspiration. He thought of the theatrical versions of the original novel. It seems that there is a very remote place called Snow Country. And the little bosses are also pretty good. Now with my own strength, I could pass the level in the past. Then Naruto can control the country of snow and treat it as his own paradise. After making a decision, Naruto said to Xianglin, let's go to a more remote place this time. Although the snow country is remote, its technology is not backward. And there aren't many ninjas. Also easy to control. It was definitely the kind of paradise that Naruto had dreamed of. Shang Phosphorus doesn't ask much about this. For her, it's the same wherever she goes. As long as he could stay with Naruto. The two packed their luggage and planned to leave. Unexpectedly, the black soil that he just left would come back again. She ran toward Naruto in a rather embarrassed manner, and shouted from behind, you want to find Uzumaki Naruto, why are you chasing me? Naruto and Karen were just talking and didn't notice anyone coming around. Not far behind Kuretsuchi, there was a burly man with a bald head that looked like a robot. The robot raised its hand and pointed it at Kuretsuchi, with a barrel extending from its palm. You discovered pain. To ensure the secret, you must die. Boom. The roar of artillery fire came. Kuretsuchi suddenly felt a little desperate. Naruto was also aware of Kuretsuchi's situation and used Flying Thunder God to take her away from the attack range. Then, Naruto looked at the robot-like guy. Asura Road. Naruto's eyes narrowed and he thought to himself, it seems that Pain's 6 paths are all nearby. Chapter 99 Stacking Buffs. Seeing Shiradao, Naruto also realized that the timeline had entered the plot period in the original work. The Akatsuki organization started causing trouble. If he wants to have a peaceful time, he must deal with the Akatsuki organization first. By the way, find a way to kill that little brat Obito. The current Naruto is not the kind-hearted person in the original novel. Naruto's revenge. Every cause must have its consequences, and I will be your retribution. Others seek revenge from Naruto. When is the time to retaliate? Donor, put down your butcher knife and become a Buddha immediately. Otherwise, I can only help you put down the butcher knife. Shiradao's artillery attack turned the scene into a mess. Naruto saw that his cabin was also affected, and saw that the other person's eyes became cold. Kuretsuchi, who was hugged by Naruto, wanted to resist. Because Naruto was in Naruto's arms, she felt an indescribable strong sense of security. But Kuretsuchi knew Naruto was a pervert. This tangled psychology made Kuretsuchi extremely tangled. But when he saw Naruto's cold expression, Kuretsuchi was so frightened that he didn't dare to make any sound. A pair of Shirado Rinnegan locked onto Naruto. Naruto said to him calmly, wait for me. The next second, Naruto and Kuretsuchi disappeared. Xiangling was looking for a place to hide when he was grabbed by Naruto. At this time, a huge hell dog bit at several people. Naruto didn't pay attention, but opened Kagura's mind and communicated with the Flying Thunder God's mark that was dozens of miles away. But it failed. Naruto frowned and saw a barrier in the distance from the corner of his eye. Enchantment. I don't know what the barrier is. But it can block the aura of the Flying Thunder God's mark from the outside world. So Naruto couldn't teleport. At this time, the Hellhound pounced. Naruto was just activating the Flying Thunder God technique and had no time to care. At this time, the bloody mouth was about to bite 3 people. Fortunately, Kuretsuchi broke out of Naruto's arms beforehand. Her fist was wrapped in a layer of rock, her body weight was pressed down, and she hit the Cerberus with an uppercut. Boom. The Cerberus was hit hard and was knocked back several steps by the huge force, roaring from its mouth. Naruto looked at Kuretsuchi in surprise. I didn't expect you to be quite strong. HMPH, Kuretsuchi shook his numb arm and made a nasal sound, but did not respond to Naruto. She's like a cool older sister. The repulsed Cerberus attacked again. Naruto didn't use powerful techniques until the Cerberus would split apart after receiving a fatal attack. He formed a seal with one hand and activated wood style. Tree trunks with thick roots stretched out from the ground, trapping Cerberus within them. Naruto then took Kuretsuchi and Karen and took off. Kuretsuchi's pupils shrank slightly, and he immediately asked Naruto, where did you learn this technique from? Naruto didn't have time to pay attention to her, but came to the air and said to Xiangling, hold me. Kaoru understood, and wrapped his arms around Naruto tightly. Naruto had one hand free, raised his hand and fired a large spiral wheel, flying towards the edge of the barrier. Boom. The explosion of the large spiral wheel shook the barrier, and then shattered like glass. At this time, a group of pains gathered below and were attacking Naruto. Naruto ignored it, the barrier was gone, he used the Flying Thunder God technique and appeared dozens of miles away. Glancing at the peaceful Gobi desert around him, Naruto said to Kuretsuchi, take the phosphorus and run quickly, don't look back. What? Huh? Kuretsuchi clenched his fists and said angrily, don't talk to yourself. Why should I help you? Naruto thought for a moment and said slowly, because I just saved your life. Looking at the rogue Naruto, Kuretsuchi's lips tightened and her silver teeth clenched in her mouth. Meeting Naruto was truly the greatest misfortune of her life. How could Kuretsuchi be here if it wasn't for Naruto? How could it be discovered by Shiradao? Now Naruto is talking about this, he is really shameless. Kuretsuchi was angry and annoyed, but he didn't want to create such a strong enemy for the village, so he could only turn red and stare at Naruto fiercely. Okay, I will thank you very much afterwards. Naruto raised his hand to touch her hair out of habit. This was Naruto's usual tactic to appease girls. But he seemed to have forgotten that he had nothing to do with Kuretsuchi. The reason why I say habitual is because after Shang phosphorus turned into black soil, ahem. Kuretsuchi's delicate body trembled, and she immediately opened Naruto's palm. No, don't push too far. We have nothing to do with each other. Naruto's Kagura hard eye sensed pain 6 paths behind him and knew that time was running out. Naruto's expression turned serious. Kuretsuchi was startled and said to Naruto quickly, okay, I will take her to escape. You go and sacrifice yourself. Naruto. Xiangling said angrily. What did you say? Naruto-kun will not sacrifice himself. Kuretsuchi glanced at Shang Phosphorus and said disdainfully, shameless woman. What did you say? Xiang Ling couldn't stand it anymore and was furious. He threw the little Nine Tails aside and smashed it into pieces. Nine Tails. Fortunately, Kuritsuchi knows the priorities. Now is not the time for petty quarrels with Phosphorus. She took Xiang Lu's hand, then bent down to hold Nine Tails' two fox ears, and quickly ran away. Nine Tails. In Naruto's ears, Xiang Ling's voice gradually faded away. Naruto-kun. You must be careful. Naruto smiled and turned to look at Pain Six Paths, who was coming towards him. Now that it's done, you can free up your hands to show off your talents. Kurama, you know how powerful this enemy is, give me your chakra. Naruto said to Kurama, but got no response. Oh, correct. When Naruto and Karen were sweet, he closed Kurama's perception of the outside world. After opening the seal, Naruto heard Kurama complain, why are you such a brat that you are even jealous of a fox? I'm not interested in humans. No, I'm not interested in any species. Because I'm a tailed beast and have no gender. Naruto's eyes lit up after hearing this. Kurama, you have no gender, so you can be male or female. In the sealed space, Kurama's tiger body trembled. Uzumaki Naruto, what are you doing? Naruto coughed dryly and quickly changed the subject. Never mind it, give me chakra first. Kurama responded. Of course, this is my rent. But that guy outside is too strong. Why would a quiet guy like you provoke such a terrifying existence? Naruto felt a steady stream of tailed beast chakra pouring out of his body. He shook his head slightly. Some things are beyond our control. Okay. Let's start the battle. Tailed beast chakra mode. Lightning style armor. Ultra light rock technique. Damn it. Where are you from this stack of buffs? Chapter 100 An overwhelming battle. Pain Six Paths got the news from Zetsu and gave chase. After discovering Kuritsuchi, Shiradao was responsible for the pursuit. But it also exposed its location. Then within a short time, Naruto broke through the barrier and escaped using the Flying Thunder God technique. Originally, Nagato thought that Naruto was going to escape like last time. He only gave chase tentatively. After all, the Flying Thunder God technique has no barrier restrictions, plus Naruto's huge amount of chakra. As long as Naruto doesn't want to die, almost no one can kill him. But I never expected it. Instead of running away with the two girls beside him, Naruto attacked him. This amused Nagato. And food delivered to your door. But, Nagato felt vaguely that something was wrong. Through Rinnegan's public perspective, he saw a stream of air flying in the air ahead of him. The distance was close, and Nagato could see clearly. That's not air flow, nor is it ninjutsu. But someone who was faster than the ordinary body flicker technique. The figure was shimmering with golden light, with bristling hair and blue lightning style surrounding it. What is this? Nagato has never seen this form before. Naruto flew over from a distance and saw Pain Six Paths running below. Yo-ho, still gathering together. Naruto raised his hand to form a seal, shadow clone technique. Bang bang bang. Densely dense golden shadow clone appeared in the sky above Pain's Six Paths. At least there must be around 30. Nagato, who secretly controlled Pain's Six Paths, looked calm and thought, 30 shadow clone. There are indeed many, but shadow clone is not very useful in truly top-notch battles. But then, Nagato was shocked. I saw all these shadow clone holding the sky with one hand. Dazzling chakra light groups appeared. 30 Rasengan, which seemed to be as big as 2 floors, were pushed down from the sky by shadow clone. Pain Six Paths sensed something was wrong and scattered to escape. But this attack is intensive, powerful, and fast. Boom boom boom. Rasengan exploded like a meteor shower. Waves of air pushed outward. A dazzling light accompanied by roar appeared on the Gobi Desert of the land of Earth. Pain's Six Paths are all in pieces except for the heavenly way in the sky and the hungry Kido who can absorb ninjutsu. After the aftermath cleared, Kido put down his hands and looked around. Except for Tiandao, all his teammates have gone offline. Before he could make any move, he saw a stream of light rushing down from the sky. Boom. Hungry Kido was instantly driven into the ground, and the ground with a radius of 10 meters collapsed instantly. Hungry Kido, offline. Naruto pulled out his fist that was stuck in the wreckage, raised his head and stared at the heaven in the sky with his golden eyes. Tiandao raised his hand and pointed at Naruto, and said, Wanxiangtian. He didn't even finish his words. Naruto's shadow disappeared. Tiandao was suspended in midair, looking around. He caught a glimpse of gold from the corner of his eye and changed his moves without hesitation. Shinra Tenjung. Bang! Naruto wanted to attack Tiandao, but was repelled by a repulsive force. He crossed his hands in front of him and stepped back dozens of meters. Under this double pressure, Naruto's body felt a twinge of pain. Fortunately, he has Uzumaki and Senju bloodlines. It didn't take long for the sting to disappear. Tiandao asked Naruto, what power is this? This was the first time Nagato failed after Pain Six Paths was created. And it is a failure in the form of being crushed. This Nine Tails Jinchūriki seems to be stronger than Nagato expected. Naruto didn't want to answer this boring question. He knew that Tiandao was stalling for time, because there is a gap in the frequency of use of Tiandao's Shinra Tianjung. So Naruto didn't waste any time, raised his hand and threw a flying thunder god kunai in the past. Naruto's speed is also very fast, but with Naruto's speed and strength, the kunai he threw was obviously faster. Kunai flew in front of Tiandao, who raised his hand to stop it. However, there was only a flash of golden light. A shot of Rasengan hit Tiandao straight in the face. Boom! Rinnegan was destroyed instantly. The black tube used to transmit chakra also left the body. Naruto chased after him and kicked Tiandao in the chest again. Lightning-style armor plus ultra-light rock technique. Naruto's speed had reached incredible levels, and speed can also be converted into strength. Tiandao's body turned into a stream of light and hit the ground. Naruto didn't end the attack, he condensed a large spiral wheel with his backhand and threw it. After a few seconds, the big spiral wheel is about to explode. Tiandao is offline. Naruto knew that these were just 6 corpses, so he opened Kagura's mind on the spot and explored the surroundings. Naruto's Kagura Hard Eye covers a very wide range. Definitely beyond Nagato's control of Pain's 6 paths. However, under Naruto's perception, he could not find the chakra aura from Rinnegan in Pain's 6 paths. What happened? Could it be said that the distance at which Nagato controls Pain's 6 paths exceeds the perception range of Naruto's Kagura Hard Eye? Naruto didn't believe in evil and continued to search harder. But still found nothing. At the same time, in a cave on the border of Earth Kingdom, Nagato's eyes widened, bearing the backlash from the chakra brought about by Pain's death. This is impossible. Nagato coughed up blood from his mouth and looked a little depressed. Konan on the side quickly asked, "Nagato, how are you?" She wanted to help, but Nagato's chakra tube prevented her from doing so. Nagato's expression was ferocious, as if he was enduring great pain. He said to Konan, "Yahiko, he is gone." Konan was silent for a moment and did not respond. Nagato continued, "Konan, please maintain the shielding barrier first, otherwise I'm worried that that guy will come here." Well, Konan's heart was very heavy, and he said to Nagato in a scared tone, "Nagato, you have to get through it, I don't want to lose you." But Nagato didn't seem to realize the meaning of Konan's words. He whispered almost madly, "Pen 6 paths will be killed instantly by him. How to deal with such a powerful enemy? Maybe we can try to combine the power of Rinnegan into one body." High in the sky, Naruto's figure was floating quietly. He murmured to himself, "Can't you find it for the time being? It should be protected by some kind of barrier." But never mind. Naruto's slightly frowned brows relaxed. "Anyway, I know the location and information of the Akatsuki organization. I just need to take the time to visit." Kurama's voice reached Naruto's ears. "Naruto, your strength is getting stronger and stronger, even I can't understand it." Naruto didn't explain, just responded modestly, "In fact, this situation is inevitable. The system also has dual bloodlines and Kurama's chakra support. Naruto's strength has already left the early stages of Super Shadow. If even Pain 6 paths, the Super Shadow goalkeeper, can't solve it quickly. That's a bit unjustifiable." Chapter 119 Tales again and again. Naruto failed to find Nagato and Konan after defeating Pain 6 paths. Fortunately, he knew where the Akatsuki organization's home base was. So don't worry. With a flash of light, Naruto's figure disappeared into the sky. After finding the phosphorus and black soil, Naruto had faded away from his various states and returned to the handsome boy who looked very kind and warm. But to be honest, Kurama's chakra is really getting stronger and stronger. While fighting Pain, Naruto noticed that the strength of the chakra given to him by Kurama had increased a lot. It seems that when Kurama absorbed other 9 tails, he not only gained a quantitative increase in chakra, but also caused a qualitative change. Kuretsuchi and aromatic phosphorus were originally escaping towards Iwagakure. But with the appearance of Naruto, Shanling knew that the battle was over. "That's great, Naruto, I knew you would be fine." Shanling was extremely happy and snatched 9 tails' ears from Kuretsuchi's hands and stood in front of Naruto. Kuretsuchi rubbed his palms involuntarily and looked at the petite 9 tails. "I have to say, it feels really good. It's a pity that it's so fierce and always wants to bite people." Naruto hugged Shanlin and said to Kuretsuchi, "Okay, there is no danger now, you can go back." "TCH. Kuretsuchi said disdainfully. "Of course I'm going back. You pervert kidnapped me for so many days and made the old man misunderstand me. If I can beat you, I'll beat you up." Seeing her being so arrogant, Naruto chuckled and said, "Aren't you afraid that I'll beat you up now?" Kuretsuchi's scalp suddenly became numb. He took 2 steps back, laughed twice, turned around and ran away quickly. Naruto didn't care about this with her, but said to Shanlin, "Next let's go to a more remote place." "I will go wherever Naruto goes." Shanling's response was very affirmative, but there was something wrong with her expression. Seeing that she seemed a little unhappy, Naruto asked, "What's wrong?" By this time, the strangeness between the two was completely gone. "Anything can be said face to face." Shanling said somewhat pessimistically, "My strength is too weak. I can't even protect myself without helping." Naruto also pays more attention to this issue. After all, there are always times when he is not around. Naruto thought about it carefully, and then said to Shanlin, "Otherwise, you will also become a Jinchūriki, right? Anyway, this 9 tails is very small and recovers very slowly. It is indeed overqualified as a pet. If you can activate the 9 tails mode, add some secret techniques of the Uzumaki clan, and find some people to practice, your strength will rise immediately." Shang Lu placed 9 tails in front of him and looked at it curiously. It's very cute, and there's nothing sinister about it. But Shang Phosphorus has seen what Nine Tails looked like when it was powerful. Okay. Shang Ling was heartbroken and gritted his teeth and said, I do. Nine Tails instantly became dissatisfied. Hey, what are you doing? It seems like it's embarrassing to be my vessel. Pa, Naruto slapped it on the head. Shut up, Nine Tails. Nine Tails glared at Naruto angrily, but did not dare to say a single harsh word. After all, it knew how scary Naruto was. Naruto said to Nine Tails, when you are sealed, don't cause trouble, and you must cooperate with my wife honestly, do you understand? At this moment, Nine Tails' dignity seemed to be thrown to the ground and severely ravaged. Nine Tails said angrily, what did you say? Even if you kill me, I will never. Okay. Naruto raised his hand and grabbed Nine Tails. Nine Tails' two fox eyes glared, and he was instantly frightened. Okay, you have the final say. Despite Naruto's appearance, he looks harmless, but this kid is really capable of making it worse than life and death. Still don't care about him. Let's talk about it later when it is fully developed. And just like that, Nine Tails accepted its fate. But when it came time to seal Nine Tails, Naruto hesitated. He suddenly remembered Kurama's words. Naruto pinched the back of Nine Tails' neck and asked it, I heard you were genderless? Are you male or female? Nine Tails' mouth twitched after hearing this. What do you want to do? You speak to me in a female voice now. Naruto ordered directly to Nine Tails. Nine Tails became furious again. When I recover, I will definitely kill you. Naruto shook his head slightly. Then I will have to kill you in advance. Nine Tails was instantly frightened again, and said in a cute Lolita tone, don't be impulsive, I am willing. Kurama's voice came from Naruto. HMPH, shame on you. Nine Tails was furious again. Damn stinky fox. What did you say? If it weren't for you, would I be like this? But even if it is furious, it still uses the clip sound. Kurama responded disdainfully. How about I just absorb all of you? Nine Tails was timid again. Oh, meeting you is the biggest bad thing in my life. Kurama snorted coldly. That's right, because you will never be able to turn over in your life. Nine Tails is violent again. Pa, Naruto couldn't stand it anymore and slapped Nine Tails awake. Then Naruto approached Shang Lian, holding Nine Tails in his left hand, and slid his right hand into Shang Lian's clothes, touching his smooth abdomen. Feeling the warmth from Naruto's palm, Koro couldn't help but think of what happened between him and Naruto. She was a little shy at first, but Naruto reminded Shanglin, be patient for a little bit. Shang Ling felt a little uneasy and mustered up the courage to say, okay. Zetsa, as Naruto activated the sealing technique, Nine Tails' body turned into chakra and began to be sealed in the phosphorus sealing space. However, fragrant phosphorus showed no reaction. Until the end of the seal, Shang Phosphorus didn't even break out a trace of sweat. Naruto looked confused, thinking that his seal had failed. Because when Sasuke was sealed by Nine Tails, his expression was ferocious, as if he was enduring severe pain. So Naruto asked Karen, how do you feel? Shang Ling breathed a long sigh of relief, lifted up his shirt and took a look. It's okay, it doesn't hurt that much. Naruto snorted and fell into silence. Perhaps for the experience of aromatic phosphorus, this kind of pain is not in the intolerable range. Kagura saw that Naruto seemed to be thinking of something, and Kagura's inner eyes also noticed a trace of Naruto's emotions. It cannot be said to be sympathy or pity, it should be said to be more similar to distress. The corners of Shang Ling's lips raised slightly, and she said to Naruto, Naruto, don't think about it so much. Anyway, everything has passed. I'm well protected by you now, hee. And after I get along with little Nine Tails, I will be able to protect myself. Naruto nodded, took Karen's hand and started to use Flying Thunder God to rush on. The target is the country of snow, Chapter 102 Real Waterfall. After Kuretsuchi returned to Iwagakure, he immediately went to find Onoki with Onoki's letter. Inside Tsuchikage's office, Onoki was reviewing the documents. Because of his previous words about letting Anbu go, Konoha and San Shinobi were dissatisfied. Naruto was originally from Konoha. Onoki wanted to incorporate Naruto into Iwagakure, and Sarutobi Hiruzen was certainly dissatisfied. On Sanagakure's side, it was because Ross's daughter had already been engaged to Naruto. Onoki didn't expect things to become so complicated. I thought it was just a grudge between him and Konoha. Unexpectedly, Sanagakure was also involved. The Kingdom of Earth is also close to the Kingdom of Wind and the Kingdom of Fire. Offending these two masters at the same time is not fun. After all, not everyone has the ability to fight against 2 or even 3 large ninja villages at the same time in a great ninja war. But, Onoki's expression suddenly became sharp. Naruto is able to control 9 tails and is so powerful. It is also said that 4 cage levels were defeated at the same time. If only Naruto could be recruited, wouldn't it be possible to get someone who is comparable to the Yellow Flash? No, even a powerful person whose effect is more terrifying than the Yellow Flash. Do not know why. Onoki thought of this, and the Konoha shinobi he met when he was young came to mind. Uchiha Madara. Onoki has a hunch that Uzumaki Naruto's future will definitely be no worse than Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama. If we can really recruit super cage level experts, let alone offend Konoha and San Shinobi. So what if Cloud Shinobi and Mist Shinobi are added? In front of the real top powerhouse, as long as he is not as kind and delusional as Senju Hashirama. The whole world is the plaything of super cage level experts. At this moment, Kuretsuchi walked in from outside. Onoki frowned, subconsciously about to get angry. After all, everyone has to knock on the door before entering Tsuchikage's office. But when he saw that it was his granddaughter Kuretsuchi, Onoki instantly changed into a different look. Oh, is Kuretsuchi back? Kuretsuchi's expression was a little angry, and she slapped Onoki's lair on the table in her hand. Ready to tell the truth. But Onoki was one step ahead of Kuretsuchi and said, "Why didn't that brat come back with you? Or is he a scumbag?" Kuretsuchi recalled Naruto and said subconsciously, "He is indeed a scumbag." Onoki shook his head slightly, not caring about such a minor problem, but laughed heartily and said to Kuretsuchi, "Ha ha ha, being young is good. I already know what's going on with you, don't be afraid, I agree with what's going on with you. It's just, you need to bring him back. This stinky brat has eaten everything and yet he doesn't even come to see his parents." The words that originally came to Kuretsuchi's lips were swallowed hard. Seeing the happy smile on Onoki's face, Kuretsuchi fell silent. Since Deidara left Iwagakure, Onoki rarely smiled. This was the first time Kuretsuchi saw him so happy. Is Naruto really that important? Kuretsuchi was a little depressed. Onoki sensed something was wrong and said seriously, "Kuretsuchi, is that guy really a scumbag?" Maid. Onoki could accept Kuretsuchi and Naruto being together. But I couldn't accept that after Kuretsuchi and Naruto were together, Naruto still didn't come to Iwagakure. Isn't that being prostituted for nothing? Kuretsuchi pursed his lips and said in a nonchalant manner. He has important things to do, and he may be busy in the near future. Onoki nodded happily after hearing this. Well, with such great strength at such a young age, he should indeed be very busy. In that case, I'm not in a hurry, as long as he comes to meet me as the parent after he's done with his work. Kuretsuchi. Naruto and Karen originally planned to go directly to the snow country. But something unexpected happened on the way, as everyone knows. The location of Snow Country is relatively remote. On the other side of the sea, and Naruto's flying thunder god mark is not spread all over the world. So we won't be able to get there in the short term. During this journey, Kosovo and Naruto must have gone through several days. While taking a break from traveling, Naruto began to teach Xiangling how to use the Nine Tails chakra. Due to Naruto's power and extremely strong seal, Nine Tails was also very cooperative. But I encountered a problem. The chakra produced by aromatic phosphorus is always scarlet. Only those who recognize their true heart and live according to it can truly absorb Nine Tails chakra for their own use. Only then can the true role of Nine Tails chakra be unleashed. That is to say, transform into a golden man. The statuette has two states. The first is Nine Tails chakra mode, the second is Kurama mode. Although these two modes have similar names, they are quite different. Those who can recognize their true nature can use Nine Tails chakra mode. Only those who truly understand each other between Jinchūriki and tailed beasts can use Kurama mode. The gap between these two stages is quite large, but Shang Phosphorus is currently unable to enter the first stage. Moreover, the relationship between her and Nine Tails. Quite complicated. Phosphorus is quite good for Nine Tails, and I have never abused Nine Tails. The crux of the matter is that Nine Tails was threatened by Naruto before he was willing to obey Hong Kong. Forced by force, Nine Tails is definitely not willing to understand each other with Shang Phosphorus. Even Kurama inside Naruto still can't understand Naruto. But those are all issues to be considered later. The problem now is that Shang Phosphorus cannot enter the first stage and can only use the red Nine Tails chakra, which is a rough way to use it. In addition, the little Nine Tails does not have much chakra, so it does not last long. Therefore, Naruto decided to temporarily change the destination. He planned to take Shang Phosphorus to a real waterfall. The information about the real waterfall was bought by Naruto at the gold exchange. After several days of trekking, we crossed mountains and oceans. Finally saw the real waterfall. The first time he came here, Naruto left his mark of Flying Thunder God in a hidden place. This is equivalent to unlocking the teleportation point, which will be much simpler if you think about it later. And there are also small Nine Tails over the second pillar. Sooner or later, Urzu will have to use the real waterfall, unless he can live according to his heart like Naruto. This is it. Naruto pointed to the stone in the center of the real waterfall and said to Xiangling, "As long as you sit on it, your true heart will be reflected." Xiangling was a little worried, and she said to Naruto cautiously, "Naruto, I think it's better to forget it, I'm a little worried." "Don't worry." Naruto took Xiangling's hand and comforted her, "No matter what happens, I will be with you." Xianglien hesitated and said to Naruto, "What if you see my true self and start to hate me?" "Don't worry," Naruto said with a smile, "I will never give up on you, Xianglin." With Naruto's promise, Karen finally gathered some courage. She sat on the rocks, and soon a figure appeared in the real waterfall. What followed was a sense of hostility. Chapter 103 Change of Itinerary. Feel the violent energy emanating from the real waterfall. Naruto's heart sank. It seems that this is not a simple matter. Subsequently, a woman who looked exactly like Shang Phosphorus and was dressed similarly walked out of the real waterfall. "Hey," as soon as Shang Lu's original intention appeared, he asked Shang Lu, When do you plan to return to the country of grass? Naruto hid aside and observed without disturbing. Shang-Lu, who was sitting cross-legged on the stone, was frightened by such a question and fell back. Shang-Ling stumbled and asked, "What? Why?" Ben Shin impatiently reminded Shang Phosphorus. "Have you forgotten? The country of grass used you and your mother as tools to recover your injuries and chakra, and even killed your mother. Even their promises were not fulfilled. They did not teach you to be a ninja at all. Do you think you were like a ninja? Chunin didn't do well in the exam, so he wanted to take away your identity as a ninja and train you as a war supply. Have you forgotten this kind of thing? Can't perform well. Haha, how many of the good-for-nothing ninja village in the country of grass can perform well? In fact, you are the only one who returned without losing his limbs. Have you forgotten these things?" Benshin came to Shang-Lu and looked at her condescendingly. "Go to the country of grass and kill them all, otherwise, you will never get the power you want." Shang-Lu's lips tightened, not very happy with this, and reminded Benshin. "Forget it. It won't be of any use even if I go, and have you forgotten? I've been homeless all this time, with no one I can really rely on. No matter who it is, they always want to use me as a tool. Even Orochimaru does it for experiments. But Naruto likes me very much and cherishes me, and I'm very safe. Meeting Naruto was the only time in my life that I was lucky. Just keep going like this, nothing else matters." Both sides argued with each other. I hated the iron in my heart and said through gritted teeth, "You coward, I'm going to take revenge myself. You just have to live in guilt, you loser." Shang-Ling squatted on the ground slumped, staring blankly ahead, as if he didn't hear Benshin's words. Benshin looked over his shoulder and saw Naruto who had been watching from the sidelines. Naruto-kun. Benshin's originally angry expression instantly changed to another one, and he accelerated towards Naruto. Originally, Shang Phosphorus was blaming herself, but she reacted instantly when she heard Benshin's voice. She stood up and looked back, only to see Benshin staring at Naruto with a pervert expression, his teeth and claws showing as if he wanted to eat Naruto. Fortunately, Naruto was able to pick her up with one hand, so she wouldn't knock her down. Shang-Ling instantly became furious and rushed over and punched Benshin in the face. "Damn it. If you have something to say, why would you attack Naruto-kun? You be ********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************* and white lines. Ben Shin's face with a morbid expression sank instantly, and he flew several meters away and fell to the ground. Ben Shin propped up his body, covering his red and swollen cheeks with one hand, and burst out with the same anger. Damn. Damn woman. You are so cowardly that you don't even dare to take revenge. Are you qualified to stay by Naruto-kun's side? Go to hell. Don't worry, I will live a better life in your place. She stood up and was about to wrestle with Shang Phosphorus. Crucial moment. Naruto raised his hand and threw a kunai with a detonating talisman tied to it, flying straight towards the real waterfall. Boom. The detonating talisman explodes, affecting the chakra inside the real waterfall. Shang Ling's original expression was stunned, as if he had lost some strength support, and his whole body instantly dissipated. Shang Ling was frightened, and she looked at Naruto cautiously, with a hint of reserve and tangle in her eyes. Naruto hugged her into his arms. Don't worry, I won't dislike you. Naruto-kun. Kaoru sobbed, crystal tears falling down her cheeks. At this time, Shang Phosphorus no longer knew how to describe her mood. Even after seeing her evil appearance, Naruto-kun still didn't give up on her. This is love, but how did the original intention disappear? On this point, Shang Phosphorus is a little confused. So Karen asked Naruto, because in Kosovo's view, Naruto is omnipotent and omniscient. Naruto explained. This waterfall contains a special chakra. This special chakra is washed by the waterfall, affecting the flow of chakra, thus forming a certain illusion structure that can imitate the original intention of human beings. Face. I threw a detonating talisman over and it affected the chakra in the waterfall. Your true heart will disappear if it loses the support of chakra. That is to say, the original mind reflected by the real waterfall is actually some kind of extremely special illusion. I wonder if this illusion can be replicated by ninjas. At this point, Naruto decided to give it a try. Shang Phosphorus was also very cooperative and stood there to let Naruto perform the spell. Naruto formed seals with his hands and operated the chakra according to the chakra mode in the real waterfall. But, failed. It's okay Naruto. Shang Lian comforted Naruto. Anyway, you are already very strong now. Even gaining this ability is the icing on the cake. Naruto nodded slightly. Don't worry, I won't be disappointed, it's just a try. Naruto, on the other hand, was thinking about another issue. Sage mode is also a relatively powerful state, that's right. Could it be that if you want to successfully cast a spell and reflect the true appearance of the person being cast, you need to use natural chakra? Naruto smiled slightly. Of course it's the country of grass. It is simply a living buff monster. Naruto took note of this for now, and would test it later when he gains the ability to use natural chakra. So the real waterfall is useless to Naruto. Natural chakra is absorbed after entering the human body, and it seems to be an existence called fairy magic. So its chakra is closer to the natural chakra, but Naruto doesn't have the ability to utilize natural chakra right now. Naruto plans to use an emulator to gain this ability. Just for a while. By then Naruto's status would be one more. And it can be superimposed with 9 tails mode. Huh? Xiangling's expression was stunned and he asked doubtfully, isn't it the country of snow? Why is it the country of grass? And now Naruto already knows the operating mode of the real waterfall chakra. Because real waterfalls are not real life, so Naruto said to Karen, have a rest, and then let's go to the land of grass. Chapter 104 I'm sorry, eldest sister. Want to get 9 tails mode? You need to tame the 9 tails chakra with a thorough intention and use it completely for yourself. And Shang Phosphorus just reflected his own heart. She is not living according to her heart now. There are 2 ways to change this situation. First, follow your heart and go to the country of grass to take revenge. Second, the main body changes its mind and completely lets go of its hatred for the country of grass. Naruto's choice was, of course, the first one, because it is relatively simple and the fragrant phosphorus does not have to suffer so much. Just when Naruto was about to run away with the phosphorus, a voice sounded from far away. Hey, you two, who are you? When did you come up? Naruto looked towards them and saw that these people were wearing Cloud Shinobi Village's forehead protectors. This place is Turtle Island, and the location of Turtle Island is controlled by Cloud Shinobi Village. Naruto and Karen came uninvited and just made some noise, which seemed to have alerted them. Shang Lian was still thinking about the Kingdom of Grass and the Kingdom of Snow, but when he saw someone coming, he asked worriedly, Naruto, what should I do? Don't worry. Naruto raised his hand and took out a shadow clone and said to it, play with them. Shadow clone smiled and walked towards the Cloud Shinobi. Naruto, on the other hand, left with the Flying Thunder God technique. Not long after, the roar of an explosion came from above Turtle Island. Shang Phosphorus is still relatively kind-hearted in nature, although her experience has made her realize the reality and is not a virgin. But to silence someone once they find out is somewhat unjustifiable. Naruto explained to Shinobi, they're Cloud Shinobi, they're not human. That's it, Shang Ling said thoughtfully. It seems that there seems to be some hatred between Naruto and Cloud Shinobi. It seems that I still don't know enough about Naruto. The land of grass. As a small ninja village, there are not many people. People entering and leaving the village every day must be registered. 2 figures appeared at the entrance of the village and were stopped by the guard. You two, stop, we need to register when we go in. Also, whether you are here to issue a mission to hire ninjas or other matters must be written clearly. Naruto pulled Karen to stop and looked at the doorman. The guard waved at Naruto impatiently. Seeing Naruto's lack of reaction, the man looked at Shang Ling again. He seemed to recognize Shang Phosphorus, and immediately pointed at Shang Phosphorus and shouted, ah, it's your ungrateful little beast. You traitorous ninja. How dare you come back? The village has finally trained you, and now this is how you repay the village. I'm telling you, you're finished. I'm going to tell the leader now. Just wait. I'll let you know what it means in a moment. Forehead, ding. Naruto retracted the adamantine sealing chains that penetrated the opponent's head, and said to Akane, let's go. Shang Lu lowered his head and clenched his fists. She has hatred for this village in her heart, but has been afraid to express it for a long time. An explosion of emotions that had been suppressed for so long. Shang Lu's breathing began to quicken. Naruto killed the doorman, causing panic. The ninjas on duty near the gate kept rushing over. But the quality of these ninjas is too low. To Naruto, these people were more like trained ordinary people than ninjas. Their use of chakra is really crude. No matter how many people come, they will all be killed instantly. Not long after, dozens of ninjas died tragically at the door. Naruto took Karen's hand and walked towards the village. Something happened in the country of grass. The ninja village was attacked and all the ninjas were slaughtered. The civilians evacuated the ninja village and the scene was chaotic. When the Daiming Mansion of the Land of Grass learned of the situation, they could only send samurai to maintain order. Several small ninja villages that have been at war with the country of grass all year round also began to make sneak attacks. Without the ninja village, the kingdom of grass cannot last long. But this has nothing to do with Naruto. On the sea, a ship is sailing to the land of snow. Naruto crossed the sea directly without using the Flying Thunder God technique. Instead, I chose to take a boat ride with Shang Phosphorus to experience a different life. Night. In a room on the ship, outside the window is the endless sea. Inside is a warm quilt. Naruto held the soft and sleeping Shanglin in his arms, thinking about future plans in his mind. First think of ways to improve the strength of fragrant phosphorus. Then settle down in the land of snow. By the way, do some research on whether you can use the illusion of a real waterfall to your advantage. If he could take advantage of it, Naruto would be able to fight anyone who didn't have as much chakra as him. No, even 6 or 4 open, because as the saying goes, darkness is 10 times stronger. People who are reflected in the illusion of real waterfalls are also blackened. Unless that person is not black in the first place. And how to obtain illusion? Then we have to consider the utilization of natural energy. That is Sage Mode. Naruto had no intention of practicing that on his own ability. It's a bit troublesome after all. He turned on the system, looked at the combat power that had almost stagnated in recent days, and fell into deep thought. I seem to be a little too depraved. His self-control seems to be a bit lacking. After all, whether it was his previous life or this life, this was the first time he had experienced that wonderful feeling. Moreover, Shang Phosphorus is very obedient and agrees to any request. In addition, Naruto and Karen are both members of the Uzumaki clan, and their physical strength is also outrageous. That would be even more depraved. Naruto looked away from the combat power and said to the system in his mind, "System, start simulation." This time, Naruto's purpose is Sage Mode. See if you can refresh the appropriate panel. Ding, host consumes the simulation opportunity and starts creating the character. Close black lens bracket. Character surnames have been drawn. Yamashita, Yamashita, Yamanaka. Looking at this group of surnames, Naruto's lips twitched slightly. All are related to mountains. Among them, only Yamanaka is somewhat famous. Is it because I didn't burn incense? Fortunately, Naruto was prepared. Forget about the simulation this time, and burn incense first before simulating next time. Naruto ended up with a mediocre panel. The system received mediocre reviews. A mediocre simulation was conducted. The final score is 3. Obtain level 3 physical enhancement and Yamanaka character selection card. Although it was of little use, Naruto began to use it directly. System, choose the secret technique of the Yamanaka clan. Ding, host uses Yamanaka to select the card and obtains the secret technique. Heart Turn series. There are many secrets about the Yamanaka clan in my mind. Naruto couldn't wait to try it out, but he couldn't guarantee whether there would be any side effects. So I dare not use it on fragrant phosphorus, otherwise. Naruto opened Kagura's heart eye, and then attached the heart transformation technique to successfully invade the mind of a certain crew member on the ship. Then Naruto was scared back, because that guy is doing exercise. When Naruto's mental power returned to his body, he immediately heard a miserable sound coming from the distance. "Ah, husband, what's wrong with you? Husband, please speak. Come here. My husband is broken." Naruto's face suddenly turned red as he recalled that real feeling. He said silently in his heart, "I'm sorry, eldest sister." Chapter 105 Burning incense is indeed useful, but only a little. Perhaps because of childhood experiences, Shang Phosphorus is very sensitive even when sleeping. She heard a strange noise and broke out of her deep sleep. Shang Ling rubbed his eyes and asked Naruto softly, "Naruto-kun, what happened? How about we run away?" Naruto raised his hand and touched her head. "Sleep peacefully, it'll be okay." After the incense fell asleep again, Naruto took out a few incense sticks from the system space, lit them, threw them away, and inserted them accurately into the cracks in the floor. Looking at the slowly rising white smoke, Naruto felt relieved and thought, "Very good. Now that the incense has been burned, hurry up and give me the attributes you want." System, start simulation. Ding, host consumes the simulation opportunity and starts creating the character. Close black lens bracket. Character surnames have been extracted. Aoi, Hitao, Mikami. Naruto's expression was stunned. Could it be that the system wants to punish you because you just did something bad? So you specifically selected such famous surnames? But fortunately, the last few were quite serious. During this period, a barely acceptable surname was also found. System, lock the surname Hitaki. The reason why I chose this one was to choose the taller one among the shorter ones. And after all, the surname Hitaki is also passed down from Sengoku. They are also among the first elder families in Konoha. At least they had a good status and reputation before Hitaki Tsukumo died. Naruto also makes it easier when he guides the characters to learn magic. Of course, it would be much simpler if it were the Uzumaki clan and the Senju clan. It's a pity that the simulation did not come out. Naruto also chose the remaining attributes as reasonably as possible. I quickly finished selecting the properties. Surname, Hitaki. Talent, Hyuga Neji Health, Uchiha Obito IQ, Jiraiya. Character, Senju Hashirama Interpersonal Relationships, Hitaki Tsukumo before mission failed. Appearance, Wolfberry Yagura Hobbies, Orochimaru. Specialties, Shaoli Close Black Lens Bracket, System Evaluation, you are a member of the Hitaki family. You have good talents, your IQ goes up and down, you are kind, loving and thoughtful. You are respected, you are a little boy, you like to study ninjutsu. You are better at working hard, this panel is pretty good. He is good at hard work and his hobby is ninjutsu. Talent is also pretty good. In this way, motivation, hard work, and talent are all there. Then choose a good birth point and time period. After Naruto's guidance, you can probably get Sage Mode. It's just that Neji's talent is a bit weak, and I don't know if he can succeed in practicing it. There are currently 3 types of Sage Mode. Naruto began to think in his mind. Which one should I learn? Ryuchi Cave's Sage Mode seems to be more perfect the more it changes its appearance. Sage Mode like Jackie Chan's is probably one of a kind. And in Borutoden, Kabuto, as the director of the orphanage, still looks like a snake. That's a little scary. He, Uzumaki Naruto, wanted to seduce girls, he couldn't be so scary. And Ryuchi Cave's Sage Mode looks very strong, but it has great terrain restrictions. In the later stages of Shippuden and even in Boruto Den, everyone was fighting in the sky. The inorganic reincarnation in Ryuchi Cave is of little use. Next is Mount Myoboku Sage Mode. When Sage Mode is turned on, the appearance changes less and is more handsome, and it does not appear all the time. And can use natural chakra to transform into magical chakra. Ninjutsu, illusion, and taijutsu are greatly improved. It is a more comprehensive Sage Mode with fewer side effects. But the difficulty of learning is a bit high. After all, that guy Jiraiya, if you don't think he's talented, then it's a bit far-fetched. Even Jiraiya can only use Sage Mode through 2 Great Toad Sages. The character Naruto simulates is gifted as Neji. To be honest, Naruto was a little suspicious of Neji. If it were himself, Naruto would be quite confident. After all, he is the protagonist in the original work. As for the other person who can mount Myoboku Sage Mode, Namikaze Minato. Not to mention his talent. Let's talk about whether Neji's talent is strong or not. It can be said to be strong. After all, it is a relatively powerful existence among the 12 little heroes in the early stage. As a branch house, he can understand the secrets of the Hyuga clan's physical skills on his own despite his poor background. It can be seen that Neji has good talent, but there is no doubt who is more talented, Namikaze Minato or Neji. The remaining one is Shigu Forest. In my impression, it seems that only Senju Hashirama's Senjutsu belongs to the Shigu Forest. Tsunade did not learn Senjutsu and only developed a Baihao based on Sage Mode. The magical expression of Shigulan is the color of the pupils and the stripes on the face. Like Mount Myoboku, Shigulan's Sage Mode can increase the power of the 3 techniques. But on this basis, it can also accelerate your own chakra recovery and injury recovery. It is definitely the most comprehensive Sage Mode. If Sage Mode plus Baihao technique, it would be even more perfect. It's just that there isn't much description of Sage Mode in Shigulan in the original book. And Naruto didn't know how easy it was to learn, but it's very strong. Finally, Naruto made a decision, excluding Ryuchi Cave. The first choice is Shigulan. If that doesn't work, try Mount Myoboku. And want to learn the Shigu Forest Immortal technique. You just need to find a good time, at least to be able to get in touch with Senju Hashirama and Tsunade. Finally, Naruto is set before the First Ninja War. The First Ninja War. That is, the era when Senju Tobirama was the teacher and Sarutobi Hiruzen and those others were juniors. Before the First Ninja War, it was between the establishment of Konoha and the First Ninja War. During this time, Senju Hashirama was still alive. At the age of 4, because of your outstanding talent, you have attracted much attention in the family. Close black lens bracket. But due to family tradition, you are very confused and don't know whether to get into ninjutsu seriously. Your choice is. The location is of course Konoha village, there's no debate about that. When I start learning Sage Mode, my purpose of this simulation will be achieved. Although the Hitaki clan is also a famous family, their people are all swordsmen. How could I forget? Forget it, let's continue reading. After all, this character's interest is in ninjutsu, not swordsmanship. Uchiha Madara hasn't left the village yet. During the actual combat exercise, you started to come into contact with ninjutsu and developed an uncontrollable interest and desire for ninjutsu. Close black lens bracket. At the age of 6, you were sent to ninja school and met Sarutobi Hiruzen, Midokado Homura, Udatane Kaharu, Shimura Danzo, Akamichi Fengfeng, Uchiha Kagami, and Kosuke. Open black lens bracket start simulation. Close black lens bracket. When the opportunity comes, start learning ninjutsu directly. At the age of 3, you began to learn knife skills under the arrangement of your father. Close black lens bracket. You were born into the Hitaki clan and have been exposed to swordsmanship since childhood. Close black lens bracket. Then become bigger and stronger, attract Hashirama's attention, and become Hashirama's apprentice. Oops. The ninja school has also just been opened by Senju Tobirama. In this case, even if it attracts the attention of Senju Hashirama, it is unlikely that he will become a disciple, right?